Hey man, you are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Kaden and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? You know who it is. It's the man, the commissioner, $12 bill. And I want to say shout out to my daughter Beebs, who dropped her video Lickety Split out now on YouTube. So please check it out when you get the opportunity. Much love.
Link in the community section. So if you go to our community section, you can just find a link to the video.
You see how my brothers always support. I've never ever asked any of them to post on the community or support the music or anything. They just do it, just on the strength of love. So I definitely want to give a shout out to my Boxing brothers here for supporting the music and supporting everything that we do. I love you guys. Continue.
This is Conspiracy, Ned's dad. Before we pressed record, you know what I mean? We had to give my little son some counseling.
That's why we late. He ain't lying. That's why we late.
So please forgive us.
But I'm not letting G off the hook this week.
But
we have Tagoe G69 over here.
Yo, listen,
you dropped a dime on your boy last week.
I just like to apologize. Last week wasn't my best performance. I was tired. I was all over the place. So my apologies to the Boxing Bro family, but G's back on his A game today. Let's get it.
With that being said, your boy Kaden is a little tired because I'm coming on very little rest. So maybe I'll drop a dime or two this episode.
And if you know who it is, it's the TVE. And shout out to him.
Yo, do that over again, man. I ain't like that.
All right. It's your boy.
Editing out. Wait, we editing that out. It's gone. All right, go ahead.
Right.
What up, world? It's your boy, the TBE. And you can still call me Nedris. You know what it is. But, we're ready to roll, y'all. Being live is different than... Nah. We call it... And I'm calling G out because, they could say they were coaching Ned or telling Ned a couple things. But, G, you ain't had the tops line. Come on, man. Get together.
Oh, man. Don't make me snitch again.
Yo, chill.
You see, he's admitting that he's look at this shit.
We don't have to air our laundry. We don't have to air our laundry.
Man, I should put you on my taxes, so watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth, yo.
Yo, that reminds me, I haven't seen my son Stretch in a long time. I miss him. Stretch, I miss you, bro.
What up, Stretch? Yeah, I know I haven't even heard Stretch in the chat group or nothing.
I know, man. I can't lie, man. I miss Stretch. Stretch doing a Dillian White.
I was hoping Stretch was gonna say something to us last night when we was texting.
I know he goes straight Dillian. Stretch don't say nothing no more. Yo.
He's like, these dudes gonna disrespect. I ain't even gonna respond. So it's all good.
All right, let's give some shout outs. Let's see who's in the building. My dude, salute Mac of the man in the building.
Yeah, my man, little Jacob in the building. What up, fam?
We got JM, formerly known as LK, in the building. Salute, my brother.
JMLK, that's my guy.
Hold on.
Shout out to Gabriel.
Is this Chin Sakambawi? If that's the wrong pronunciation, I apologize. Salute to you, my brother. We appreciate you being in the building.
Hey, man, yo, Mike, I just follow Mike Vick's.
Woo, what up, cat?
Oh, what? Wait a minute. Did I miss it?
Wizards, sleeves, what's going on?
What up, Gabe?
We got Gabriel in the building.
Ain't this the same? Stefan, he been a long time follower, I remember.
Shout out to Sweden.
Stefan Broom, yeah, yo.
Salute to you, brother. Oh, that was a funny day. That was a funny day.
Oh man.
That was when the tension was high back then. You know what though? It went down in that room. In that room, what we used to do, it used to go down in that room.
Oh man.
All right, we got Smith. What's up, Smith?
Sheffield. What's going on?
Oh, we got Sweden in the house. I just peeped.
Oh, you got Sweden? Oh yeah.
I showed them love.
Auto Varlene country.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
My man Varlene gonna get another fight too. Don't worry.
My man Mover Brick Barry. What's going on? Salute to England.
I'll move a brick.
Move a brick, Barry. Yeah, that's
You
funny.
probably don't want to announce that too much, Barry, but you know what I'm saying? We with you. We with
Hope is construction.
That's what he talking about. That's
you see, I'm not trying to bring up, legal activity, but his name just I was watching the news. I don't know why I be watching the news so much, but they arrested a bunch of dudes from Philly. These dudes had a meth ring across the country, bro. They got busted. These dudes it looked like they had a militia. They had it was like $8 million worth of meth in the crib, mad hammers, all that stuff, man. I was just like, oh, these guys, just God bless them dudes. They're going to jail for a long time.
They took that Breaking Bad stuff seriously,
Literally Breaking Bad.
Hey man,
they want to be Gustavo. That's what they.
Someone ain't drop a dime. They dropped a G.
Bro lit the legend. We might, man. We might. We don't know.
Yeah. Yo. Also, yes, rest in peace to Wayne Haskins, yo. Rest in peace,
yes,
man.
definitely rest in
peace. Yeah, rest in peace to that brother. Yeah, man. Life's unpredictable. Life is crazy. That's why you don't want to hold on to stupid feuds for way too long. And that's why you never want to, underappreciate and take for granted the people you love. You feel
exactly. Me? Let them know. Let them know. Don't wait till it's too late to give them their flowers. Let them know why they're here, so they can smell those flowers. Let them know what they mean to you and how much that you appreciate them. Because life is just like that.
Trill, get your poor Dillian ready. Apparently,
I know. I see.
We got a Dillian topic.
Respect.
In the chamber.
So y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We about to go into the first topic.
Oh, I just noticed it. We still going on with this Wilder hate. All right. First topic, man.
The first topic is our reaction to Michaela Mayer versus Jennifer Hahn. It was a 10-round extravaganza, and we're gonna get Trill Dollar Bill's opinion on the fight. What did you think of it?
A 10-round massacre. I just gotta keep it short and sweet. Michaela Mayer is a beast. She has a great team, great coach. As long as she continues to listen, the sky is the limit. She is in the top 5 of the women fighters right now. I'm putting her right there, and I'm stamping her right there. I've always had a soft spot for her. I think that she's super talented, and she's the one to beat. That's how I feel. She is, and now I'm looking for that fight with her and Alicia. I think that would be dope. I think that would be a dope fight. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them can box. And I think that'll be a wonderful fight. And she's trying to make everything happen, calling for 3-minute rounds and everything. She's a good ambassador, and she's a warrior. She's a beast in there. I got nothing but high praise for her and her coach.
All right, it looks like G has something to say about this, so get in there, Conspiracy G.
Oh, nah. I was just thinking, I was like, when I put it in my top 5 and for women boxing.
Right now, active fighters right now. Not of all time.
Yeah, I'm active fighters right now.
I think she might slide in there.
Might slide in the 5th. Yeah, she might get up in the 5th.
She might slide in that 5th based on accomplishments, because the first 4 slots are on lockdown.
Yeah, they're on lock.
Yeah,
they're on lock. She got that. She slid in with the 5th.
And so if people don't know who the first four slots are, we talking Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Clarissa Shields, and Savannah Marshall. So
exactly.
To me, that's however you order you like, whatever. I'm not arguing it. But that's the best 4 women fighters in the world to me.
Yeah. But I think she slides in at 5.
Yeah, maybe.
That's just me. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
But to be honest with you, I mean, the fight was cool, but it was kind of boring because Jennifer Hahn didn't come to really play. I think Jennifer Hahn just came to be a punching bag. So it was a cool performance, though. But I kind of felt like She should have knocked her out, to be honest, you know. But I don't know, because she had the height advantage, the reach advantage, but it just, I don't know. I wasn't really that impressed with the performance, man. It was cool though. It was cool, and I guess it's saying that, you know, Jennifer Hahn is like really tough, but that performance didn't necessarily show it. So yeah, because like it almost. I guess when I talk about the Triple G fight, I'll show some form of comparisons, but Triple G's opponent was way more competitive. You see what I'm saying? And wanted to win. Han seemed like she was circling around a lot, just getting punched. Like the only time she'll really go into the kill, she'll throw like tight hooks, you know what I mean? But she was barely doing any damage. So again, good performance. It sounds like I'm hating, but I just expected more from Jennifer Hahn, man. So, but salute to Maya for
you
winning.
sound like it. Just I'm just saying. You
I
sound like
mean-
you sound like Alicia Bumgarner is.
I just know Alicia's gonna put in that work. I'm just.
I'm like, wow, what Michaela do to you?
Man,
I'm just saying, she did what she was supposed to do. You know, the
yeah,
kid.
she's supposed to win,
You know what I'm saying?
but
And
I
she
don't
can't.
know.
She
You
can only
got
do it. She can only do it what's offered up to her. You know what I'm saying?
Don't play with your food, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You said,
All right, go ahead, TVE.
Nah,
Let's hear what you have to say.
This is my first fight seeing Michaela, man. She looked clean and sharp, and she actually like handled Han. What I don't even know her first name, but Michaela did her thing. Jennifer Hahn. No disrespect, Jennifer. You know, shout out to all my women. Yeah, I watched the fight. I watched the fight, yo. Trust me, I watched the fight. And
what color was Michaela Mayer wearing?
She was wearing orange. Carissa, I heard she was wearing orange. I heard. I didn't see it. I heard.
Yeah, but no,
you know,
I agree with you, TBE. I agree with you 100%. Those combinations was on point. When she was doing those combinations and they were fast and crisp, I'm rocking with you. Continue.
Yeah. So I want to see more from her, yo. This is my first fight. This is I honestly I love when we have more talented women boxers that show up and they're really about this life. And I want to see more from Michaela. And if she's taking on Baumgartner next, that's going to be a great fight. I can't wait for it.
You know, I thought Michaela did the best she could with the opponent that she had. Jennifer Hahn was unwilling to engage. She circled the ring. She tried to basically, you know, survive, it looked like. And the one thing you have to understand is if you're in the ring with someone looking to survive and they're a professional and they're as skilled as Jennifer Hahn, in terms of as being as crafty as Jennifer Hahn, if they're just solely looking to survive, they're going to avoid the big shot. So Jennifer Hahn rarely took the risk that would put her or expose her to a kill shot. She just, like you said, circled the ring. She got in sometimes, she got out. You know, I thought Michaela Mayer looked good. I mean, it wasn't the best performance in the world, but there was no doubt. It was definitive. And she won the fight. Now, here's my critiques for Kayla Mayer, not necessarily because I'm trying to be a hater, because that's what happens. But this is what we do. We talk boxing. And we're talking about her fighting Alicia Baumgartner. And Alicia Baumgartner is not going to be doing what Jennifer Hahn was doing. So I think when you're the taller fighter like Michaela was, I feel like she should have utilized her jab a little more. And like she should have gone to the body a little more when she cornered Hahn on the ropes. So like that's how I felt. Also, and we'll talk about this in another fight because this is something I saw in the Ryan Garcia fight.
Like, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking about.
Running off the ring, like it's like they're just walking them down. And I know, like, it looks cool, it looks intimidating. Maybe they're feeling like they don't want to exert the energy to cut off the ring. So for those who may be saying, well, what do you mean when you say cut off the ring? Because you hear it a lot, right? If you have two boxers in the ring and one person is moving around and the other person's just walking to them, like walking to catch up to them. But when when you're cutting off the ring, you're sliding your feet. It's like you're sliding your feet to anticipate their move. So if they move here, you move there. If they move here, you move here. So it's, and you're anticipating their movement so that you're always in front of them. Instead of walking someone down, when you walk someone down, you give them angles to get out of the way. And it looked like she was walking Han down a lot. And I think that's why Han was able to escape and maneuver around the ring. And I just felt like if she was cutting off the ring and letting off the combinations that you were talking about, Trill, I think she would have got a stoppage. But that's just my opinion. Either way, she won the fight. So salute to her.
No, I like that. I like that assessment too, because that's the same thing that I had and I was going to reference to when we got to the Ryan Garcia, but you mentioned it.
That's actually next.
So the next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Ryan Garcia versus, how you say that name, TVE?
Tagoe.
I'm going to go with what TVE said. Ryan Garcia versus Tagoe. That's the next fight we're going to discuss. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What was your reaction to that fight?
Joe Goosen, best dressed trainer of all time.
that's one takeaway.
Ryan, I think Ryan is Ryan. I think now I've finally realized that that's how Ryan's gonna fight. Like now I'm gonna accept it that this is just how he's gonna fight. This is how Ryan's gonna fight. Ryan looked like Ryan. Ryan looked like Ryan. Just couldn't get the guy. You know what I'm saying? But Ryan looked like Ryan. Ryan looked like Ryan. Just gotta get him in there with somebody else again. But there's a lot of things like Ryan has to protect his chin. He's gonna get caught by one of these guys at 135, and it's gonna be bad. And his career is gonna be over. That's just how I feel. It's just a matter of time if he keeps fighting like that. Hopefully they just keep putting him in there with short guys. And give him the opportunity to look, because he was towering over dude. He just didn't use his jab. And he was just walking him down there and cutting off the ring. That was everything that I was saying. Well, you were saying, and that I noticed. Yeah. And even with Reynoso, I seen he learned to do things a little bit better, but Ryan is who Ryan is. And I think eventually, if Ryan doesn't learn to protect himself and just keeps coming in like how he has been coming without no jab and stuff, he's going to get caught by something really bad. And I just think that Ryan needs to work on his defense and not just worried about being, and maybe it's just because his return and the nerves and he was trying to show out for the fans at the Alamo, but I just think that they just got to get back to boxing and forget about this knocking everybody out and just get back to boxing and fundamentals, jabs, right hands, combinations, keep your hands up, and cutting off the ring. Because I just don't want nothing bad to derail Ryan's career, because I think that he can really, really be a star. He has everything in the making to be a star. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want ego or pride to get in the way or something, and he end up getting caught and then just Americans him. Where if he gets hit, like he'll never be the same. Like his chin will never be the same again.
I dig it. All right, so before I throw it over to you, Conspiracy G, I want to salute HLD, who is live from Japan right now. Salute to you.
Oh, man.
And we are going to get to the Murata fight a little later, but salute Japan in the building. We got Rachel in the building, as always. What she said, nah, little Jacob, he ran like G did. So, you know what I'm saying? You missed it. We called G out for ratting. You know what I'm saying? Now, Loose Lips G, what do you got to say about
Man, right now, let me be Chef Boyardee. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember a couple of months ago, I made a dish and people disrespected me. But now I think they're going to understand what I was talking about. When I said slow cook instant jollof, you know what I mean? This one happens to be the Ghanaian special. My man, I was like, I remember when he was walking into the ring and we were all like, yo, this dude's taking forever. You know what I'm saying? His walk to the ring is going to be longer than the fight itself. My man putting out all the moves. He's like Afrobeat stand up. So I'm thinking, all right, this guy, this is his only fame. The claim to fame is his dance moves. Once that bell rings, it's a Rizzy rap, right? I'm like, it's done for. I'm looking at Garcia in the back with Joe. They got little cute matching outfits. They about to shop.
Joe picked out the outfit.
Joe definitely picked out the outfits.
I was like, oh, all right, I see what they doing. All right, you know what I'm saying? Nice little leprechaun color combo.
Yo, real quick, Gio, real quick. Joe was like, Ryan, I think you would look really nice in this right here. I would like to see this on you. And I'm gonna oil you up before you get out there because you want to be slippery in there. Nah, go ahead.
So then the fight happens. I'm sorry, man. Garcia is trash. Now, coming from a guy who showed Garcia a lot of love in the past, this performance is by far his worst performance I've seen, like, probably ever. I would rather have him be in a dangerous situation than to be in this situation where the guy is defenseless and you just don't know what to do to take him out. Ryan becomes too predictable with that left hook. It was like, all right, left hook's coming, and Tagoe sees it, and Tagoe's preparing for it. Oh, another left hook's coming, another left hook. No setup with the jab at all. And I'm just like, yo, what did Goosen actually do in training camp? And I was like, you know what? It's simple. They didn't train during training camp. They went shopping during training camp. Like, it's yo, I'm like, what's going on?
Yo, G, you just try to sneak that in there. I'm not gonna let you sneak that in there.
Yo, listen, man.
He said he went shopping. That'll look nice on you. That'll look nice on you, right?
I was just so confused. I'm like, yo, my man is ready to go. Like, I'm literally watching the fight. Like, they need to hurry up because Showtime did everything that they could to extend that Lubin fight. Like, they had freaking Tony talking after his fight for like a good 10 minutes. They had a little preview, whatever.
Tony was talking crazy too.
Yeah, they did everything they could to be like, yo, come on, man, Garcia, knock this kid out so we could go switch over to Showtime. Did not happen. And then I'm like, yo, is Ryan getting tired? I'm like, yo, what is going on? Then I'm seeing this dude, Tagoe, although my man was running, granted he was running. What you supposed to do, man, when you food? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either stand there and get beat up or run, hold, do whatever you can to survive. And my man was surviving, but Ryan didn't make any necessary adjustments to take the food out. And so I was just disappointed in his performance. I'm hoping it's because this is a new Ryan with a new trainer and they just need a little bit more time. But I will say this. If you had difficulty with a guy moving like this, what's going to happen when you fight a guy like Kambosos, a Lomachenko, a Haney? You're going to have even more problems because these guys can move and attack at the same time. So, yeah, I feel you, Trill. You know what I mean? So,
don't even mention Vasily, dog.
If you have problems with the guy,
Vasily would have been like, stop the fight to the ref.
Oh, fact. Listen. This was a prime example of slow cook instant jollof. It's like the man, he was dancing in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, please eat me. Pause. You know what I mean? Bruh, I'm just saying, man. Yo, Ryan, You know what I mean? He came in there like, you know what I mean? Like, my man came like, hey, before y'all knock me out, I'm gonna show y'all my dance moves. And next you know, he went the whole match, and I'm just like, disrespectful. You know what I mean? And had me going back and forth with Showtime because Ryan was playing with his food, man. So I'm just disappointed in Ryan. Ryan, this performance was poor. I'm getting nervous now between you and the other top 135ers. This performance, I think now these guys is like, yo, let me get Ryan next so I can just get his name on my resume. Because you looking like a Mexican bean burrito right now. So just be careful, my brother. And I'm still looking at you funny style because I'm like, where all these muscles come from, man? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to hit you with the conspiracy yet, but I'm looking at you funny now. I'm like, like, Goosen, what you doing over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. First, Goosen had, what's his name? Chris Ariola lasting all 12 rounds looking super duper in shape. And now Ryan shows up looking chiseled. I'm just saying. I don't know what they doing over there, but I'm just doing it like that.
You know, Joe don't play.
I don't know that
Don't let the fancy shirts fool you. Joe don't play.
That performance, I don't know.
Nah, real quick. Can you put this on JM? JM said, good to see you guys live. I've got my 10-year-old Jacob with me, and he's working hard while we listen to you. He's grinding to save up for summer camp for the first time this year. Any advice?
First of all, shout out to you, JM, and shout out to your son, Jacob. Much love from the Boxing Bros.
Yeah, I mean, grinding hard is a great attribute to have because people who just get things handed to them don't appreciate it and they take it for granted. But when you grind for something, you appreciate the experience more and it sets you up better in the long run. A comparison I can give you is like you see a lot of these influencers who are getting surgeries to make their body look a certain way or people cheating using like substances, right? Mm-hmm. But they're not really learning the skills and the life-altering discipline that it takes to get the body naturally, right? So, for example, they're going to get fat again and they're going to have to go get surgery again. Or once they stop taking the banned substance, they're going to not look the same. But someone who actually works hard the right way, develops the discipline, and, you know, is regimented to go to the gym, they're going to just only get better with time. And so, like, over time, that work ethic's going to make you better. And JM, I mean, we don't normally do this, but hell, I mean, if you have a Cash App or whatever, if you put it in the chat, people, man, donate $1, $5, whatever to the Cash App so we can help send
$5. Man, listen, donate 50. You know why? I know because I've been looking at summer camps from one of my sons. Man, I'm looking at a math camp right now, $500 a week. I was like, my goodness.
Well, what I'm saying 5 is everybody can't donate 50. So every dollar helps is my
whatever
point.
You can.
Yeah, every dollar helps. 5, 10. If you got it like that, 50, whatever. But JM, if you have a Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, all these apps in the chat, put it in there and see if people would donate to help send little Jacob off. So much love to you.
Yeah, bless that man. Bless that man, yo.
All right,
this is the Boxing Bros community. That's so dope for you, Kaden.
Facts. I'm not gonna go as far as you to call this performance trash, but it was not. It was not the best Ryan Garcia we've seen yet. It was the worst Ryan Garcia we could see at the moment. I don't know what this kid has to offer after this. How much he has to offer. I'm not seeing what he got from leaving Reynoso's camp. He dropped him in the second round. I thought he would have finished him off after that, but his hand speed wasn't there. His quickness, everything, like the Ryan we're used to seeing, where he comes in, he lets it go. I love the Ryan versus Luke Campbell because when he got dropped, he showed that he had the fighter in him. But this fight, it was just like, Ryan, take him out already, or Ryan, like this. What are you doing? Like he was just going. He went 12 rounds with the man. and it wasn't impressive at all. But hopefully this kid still has that spark he caught us all with, and he has the skills and the IQ, and hopefully him and his new trainer figure out what Ryan really needs to know, or Ryan figures out
IQ.
Everything. Like last night, I didn't like that performance. I just didn't like. Come on, he dropped him in the second round, and after that, the rest he was just dance. He let the man dance around him all night.
Oh, so you're saying he doesn't have the IQ?
No, I'm saying he had. I just show better ring IQ in his next fight. That's all I'm saying. Like Ryan has the IQ. I'm saying Ryan is a good fighter. Great. I don't know. You saw when you after Luke Campbell, when he wore the bow tie and everything, he was talking like Muhammad Ali. He's like he could beat anybody. He could beat Tank, Ryan, Haney, Teofimo, everybody in this division. He's talking about he could spank him. But that last night's performance didn't look like that. It wasn't convincing at all. And I just want to see more from the kid and his trainer, and hopefully they improve after this, because this was not a good fight.
Well, go ahead, G. On to my man Michael real quick. We got nothing but respect for our African brothers. But homie that showed up last night was food, son. This dude food. That's what I'm saying. This
Michael Buffar. Hold on, brother. Hey, listen. We love and respect our African brothers. You already know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't be here without Africa. But if you FA, I gotta tell it the truth. You food if you FA. You know what I'm saying? And that's why everyone who relied on FA got let down. This guy was still better than FA though. So that's all I'm saying. Wait, is it on me?
Yeah. Mac of the Man was complimenting you on your dope hoodie, bro.
Oh
Mac of the Man. He said, where can he buy one of those hoodies? And they're coming soon.
Yeah, this is a test. This is a test hoodie. Granted, we've been testing this hoodie for a long time. Yo, honestly, we ain't really trying to sell you nothing. Like, that's just how we are. We just really come together to have fun. We're not really trying to sell you nothing. We're not trying to, but we probably should, and we'll look into it to give you access to it, but this is all about just coming together, having fun. I'm about to get slapped. Rachel, you going to jail. I would have let it be known. I'm not taking a high road. You going to jail. You embarrass me in front of everyone. You going to jail.
Irish boxing, bro. What's up, bro? You late?
You late, bro? I was about to come on Twitter. He keeps me entertained, man.
That's my man.
Him and Yellow Claws, man. Salute to them brothers.
Yeah, so get into Ryan Garcia. A number of things. First, I'm gonna start with my man, Tagoe.
Yeah, Tagoe, exactly.
He was a Tagoe plate. That's what he was. You know what I'm saying? Take this food to go. Now, listen. Let me tell you something. My man was. As soon as I saw him dancing on his way to the ring, I said, "Man, this dude ain't coming to win." He's exerting all this energy. My man was getting it in there, showing off his dance moves. Then he proceeded to get in the ring and run. Run. I said, my man, he ain't a boxer. He's a marathon runner. But, it's all good, because the stage was set. And it wasn't up to him to make the fight. It was up to Ryan Garcia. And as I previously stated, one major flaw was he wasn't cutting off the ring. He was trying to walk him down. And I don't know if that was like an ego thing or he was trying to look cool, but he was literally just walking him down. And he was landing good punches because he has good hand speed. But I'm saying to myself, like, yo, if you just cut off the ring and anticipate where he's going to go, you'd get there faster. You'd shock him. And then you would have the chance to let off some good punches. So my African brother ring interest was epic, better than Canelo and its entire interest. You know what? That might get nominated for entrance of the year.
Yo, you got it. You know why? Because remember, he was getting booed
And he was still jamming.
He was still like shining.
He was in his own
Like, and there was
zone.
some people in the front row who
Stop
started getting down with him, showing
Yeah.
him love.
It got to the point they were cheering him on like, hey, hey, hey.
It was like it seemed like to me anyways, it was like walking the mile, getting right with Jesus, about to get all electro.
Walking the
It
mile.
looked like a man walking to, walking to get to that electric chair. And if you ever seen Green Mile, one of the best movies ever, salute to Tom Hanks and rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan. But like that movie to me was hilarious. But they would simulate walking your last walk to the electric chair, and they call it walking a mile. And this one guy was like, walking a mile. That's what it looked like, except he was dancing. You know what I'm saying? He was walking a mile. He was saving the last dance, so to speak. He was that's what so my man,
he was testing out his legs. That's what he was doing.
He was stretching them out. He was stretching them out. So yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, yo, this is nothing but when you order like at a fancy restaurant and they put all that little leafy stuff around your food. That was all he was doing. He was just dressing up the dish. You know what I'm saying? He was just making the dish look better. In the end, we all know what it was. It was food. Since Ryan Garcia is Mexican, he was a piñata, but Ryan Garcia couldn't crack him to get to the snacks. That's basically what I saw. But another thing that I saw with Ryan Garcia that I don't like is Ryan never changes the speed on his punches, so he makes it easy for his opponents to catch his speed and to time him. Because there was at one point, Tagoe started like weaving his hooks, and as fast as his hooks are, that means he got the beat on your hooks. He got the jump on your hooks. So imagine a fighter like Vasily gets the timing on your hooks. A fighter like Devin gets the timing on your hooks. Once they weave it, they counter you, bang. So if you're as fast as Ryan Garcia, why not switch up the speed? Why not like use more feints to get people off balance? And then once you get them off balance, then click with the speed. He doesn't use enough feints. He doesn't cut off the ring. He throws every punch as fast as he can, and that's not a good thing because people are going to start timing you. Excuse me. So it's for that reason I wasn't really impressed with him, and I'm thinking, like you said, G, you in there with Vasily, you in there with Devin, hell, you in there with Tio. These guys are going to land something big on you because you do the same thing over. You continuously look for the left hand. And one last thing with Ryan. He started chopping with his right hand almost. Like it wasn't just straight. It wasn't straight shoulder motion. It was like he's chopping with it. And he's just throwing it like this. And I'm like, you gotta fix that up. But in the end, he got the dub. It wasn't really impressive to me, but it was his first fight back off a long layoff. So maybe he'll look better next time.
Wayne Hennessy, what's up, bro?
Salute to Wayne Hennessy.
Shout out to Wayne Hennessy, man.
Y'all, hold on. Y'all ready?
KTH for life.
Y'all ready? Now we're going to talk about real fights.
Comac said Ryan looked nervous on his way to the ring. Nah, not to me. He looked like he was going to a buffet. He looked like he was going to the Golden Corral.
He ran to the ring. He said,
"No, he ain't waste no time."
He's like, "Yo, y'all smell that? Y'all smell your love? Let's go." Yeah, like, yo, man,
they was all bedazzled to the ring.
Yeah, man. He didn't know that his rice had legs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, chase after that. You know what I mean? But let's talk about it.
Oh man! Now listen, I want to say before I start this off, I gotta give Sebastian Fundora mad props. This dude annoys me. I don't like his fight style, and normally he bores me. But this fight right here is candidate for fight of the year so far. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What was your reaction to this fight?
I I actually like this kid. You know what I'm saying? I liked him because he was different than what all the other boxers portrayed. I like how he just comes and he's himself. He wears his glasses to the ring. After the ring.
He wears his neds. He wears his neds.
Yeah, he's just a normal young man, smart, articulate young man, loves the sport of boxing, carries himself well, not in here for the bling bling. He's in there to throw them things. I said that his height and the fact that he can get to that weight class and then make that weight with his height, and he has that range that if he keeps at it, he's going to be dangerous. I think this was a little bit much of, I think people underestimated him. When you see him, he looks like food. And Erickson
looks like lean giraffe meat.
Exactly. Oh, yo, bitch ass.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I looked at the conversation, messed me up. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, the dude Lubin, he underestimated my homie, and that's what happened. He underestimated the homie Fundora, and he paid terrible for it. He paid terrible for it. They were thinking like they was gonna stop him, and no. This kid, he developed his whole life is boxing. He's not with the games, and he's here to win. He's here to win. He's gonna be a dangerous with that frame. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be dangerous. He's gonna be dangerous. You gotta remember the Thomas Hearns, the Paul Williamsons, and all them other guys.
Wait, my dude said he worked for the Geek Squad in his spare time. Salute to the man.
And he's breaking these fighters down like computers. You know what I'm saying? He's breaking them down like computers. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to see this happen to Lubin because I was high on Lubin before, and I thought that they was doing a good job bringing him back. They just put him in there with some wrong food, some food that was bad for his stomach. You know, he didn't know he was allergic to lean giraffe meat. That's what you know what I'm saying?
He couldn't digest that lean giraffe meat. You know?
Yeah.
He had an allergic reaction.
He had an allergic reaction
to that lean giraffe meat.
So definitely shout out to that man, yo. And he was able to he's able to fit into and make that weight with that type of. He's gonna be dangerous for anybody.
He also
tell him I was boxing, bro. So I don't know what Erickson Lubin does from there. I don't know what Erickson Lubin does from
He's
there.
talented, man. That
Great
guy.
fight. The conversation is going crazy.
He's a man of many talents.
100.
I
just want to say, all my sons in the comment section, I see you. Daddy's sorry that he left you. You know what I mean? But you know,
made me slip.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Guess what?
I was like, yo, what you?
I'm sorry, guys.
Sure, don't worry. You know me. You know how it is.
It just caught me off. Usually, I'm good at deflecting.
You know what it is. People get mad when you leave their mama, but you know, if she ain't doing what she's supposed to do, you know what I mean. I gotta move on. I'm sorry I left you lonely, son. All right. Who's up? G, is it you? Go ahead, G.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not even going to lie. With this fight, I was like, I didn't know how to call it, because at first I was like, yo, Lubin's really, really talented, but Fundora, my man, just has these attributes that's just unfair at that division. My man is he's legit 6'5". This guy looks like Xerxes, you know what I mean, from 300. You know, like, so it's like, how do you actually fight a guy that has that height reach advantage like that, right? But Lubin did good, man. I'm telling you, when I was watching the fight, I literally was thinking, this is like watching a Rocky movie, like Rocky IV. Like, how the hell is this small guy Rocky fighting my man from Russia like that. You know what I mean? It just doesn't really happen. It's like the movies. So when Fundora was like, at first he was putting in a lot of work, like putting a lot of damage on Lubin. And I remember when Lubin got dropped. What round was it? Was it round 2?
Round two.
Thank goodness for that belt.
Look at Ned. Ned was like, yo.
He's like,
hey, yo, Dad, I see you, Ned. I see you, Ned.
You're right, Dad. It was 2. All right, thank you, Ned. I appreciate you, son. But so the bell rang. Bing, bing, bing. I was like, oh my goodness, thank goodness, right? But Lubin didn't really see that phase. He seemed like, he was still in it. So I'm like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen. And then, what round was it? I think it was it round 7? Man, y'all gotta forgive me, man.
7 when he dropped. I think it was 7.
Yeah. 7 is when Lubin just started throwing like a bunch of hooks to homeboy's face and was connected. As short as Lubin was to this guy, and then Fundora, I'm like, yo, what's going on? He's just getting hit. And then I was wondering, was it the punch that was it a punch that dropped him, or did he choose to just take a knee? Come to find out, he actually chose to take the knee, which I thought was actually a smart move. You know what I mean? Like a lot of young fighters, their pride won't let them sit down, especially as a Mexican fighter. Their ego sometimes be through the roof, but strategically, that was the best decision for him. Hey, you know what? I'm taking unnecessary punishment right now. I'm going to take a knee just to gather myself, and then I'll get back at it. And lo and behold, that's what he did. But every time this dude landed a punch, and remember, from the distance to the location of Lubin's face, it caused serious damage. Lubin, his face blew up in different angles, different positions. My man's whole face got rearranged, man. So Fundora, man, listen, he looks goofy, he looks weird, he looks awkward, but I'm telling you, man, at that size, he's a problem. I'm like, my money's still on Charlo if they fight, but I'm nervous for Charlo just because of that height reach advantage that this dude has. That's just unfair. Like in this division, I'm like, fam, what are you doing? Like this dude probably has a 0-calorie diet. He eats his thoughts. He don't gain weight. Because I'm like, how can you be that small at that size? It's almost impossible.
Bro, there's some people like that, bro. I tell you, in the hood, I know mad people like that, yo.
He's a
like 6'7", $160, and I'm like, how?
That weight division. So it's gonna be real tough for a lot of fellas. Like for real. It's like for you to get on the inside, just know you're gonna take a real hard punch from a dude that's really, really tall. So again, this dude has a frame that should be in the heavyweight division. So he's tough. Man, Charlo, man, I believe you got this. I really do. I really do. But just know this kid has the physical attributes that could be a threat to anyone. Where he may lack is the experience, but he makes it up and then some in size.
All right, TVE, man. Apparently, you watched this fight or you did some really good research on BoxRec. Go ahead.
Listen. I don't know who Sebastian Fundora is, but this man surprised me last night. Well, listen, Erickson Lubin, as good as the fight is, he got overwhelmed with the height and size and reach of Fundora. And honestly, watching the whole fight, I'm like, how tall? I don't know how tall this man is till I looked it up, and he's 6'5", and I'm like, wow, this guy is really that big. And when he dropped in the second round, it just showed you like the heart Lubin had that night, and it just. You know, when you try everything, you give everything you got, and you just can't. It's like it's the alternate version of Friday.
Yo, I'm sorry, Ned. You gotta show. I was thinking that last night. I swear, yo. I was thinking that, yo. And I was trying to think of who Lubin would be, but I couldn't really.
Now, right on the money, Irish boxing.
It's like Gasani or something like that.
And Xerxes, you know. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ned. I'm sorry, Ned.
I was saying it's like the alternate version of Friday, Saturday, where Debo actually beats Craig. So it's crazy, yo, because I like Lubin. He fought his heart out and he gave everything he got. And Fundora just was the better and bigger man. Pause. But you know, I don't. The kid, like G said, I don't know how you stay this size, how you this size, and you stay this
They
weight.
got the pause of the year award.
This dude should be. This dude should be light heavyweight or even cruiserweight at this point at his size, at his figure, at his stature. But the man, I don't know. He live on a rice cake and water diet, and he's gonna maintain that. Like this,
Yo,
it's insane.
jollof rice cake and water diet.
Yeah.
Hold on, go to Rachel's comment real quick. What you know about Street Fighter, Rachel?
Yeah, listen.
What system you got? I will go online and whoop your behind. You know what I'm saying? We done had this tournament at my crib. Remember, G? It went down.
I'm telling you, I'm a problem in Street Fighter.
Listen, we might have to set up the Boxing Bros Street Fighter tournament so I can whoop on some of y'all. All right, go ahead, Nate. I'll try.
Yeah. So the TPE to pause everything. Joke on me, joke. I had to say it. Pause. But Fundora just outmatched him. That's it. That's clearly what it was. And oh man, that face when it saw his face, I couldn't believe it. Like damn. I saw a comment where somebody was like, he looked like Martin after he got it is bad. But Erickson, I hope you bounce back from this loss. Yo, he was just a better man that night. He had everything, the skill, the size, and the reach. So yeah.
It looked like that Street Fighter tournament we might have to make the fight night tournament too then. And we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna break that spades, getting your head chopped clean off. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we can do spades and I'm
listen, if we do spades, we send the people home crying. Like this is a side note. Where were we at, G? When this happened?
What's the joint?
When we
fight night?
Cousin?
Yeah, with your cousin. Yeah. When was that?
You know what? It ain't his fault. He was brought up in the suburbs.
No, I know. I'm saying, what was the event though? I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. He was fooled though. I know once he sat down, he had my brother want to kill himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, "Yo, I'm the best." And
so anyway, we're at this event. I can't remember what it was, but it was like tables, everybody drinking, having a good time, and me and G, we just kicking it, and then G's brother, Super Kev's talking reckless, right? And then his cousin starts talking reckless, and me and G were like, "Well, we got the cards here, we can get it in." So his cousin's like playing, "Yo, we are dominating this dude," but me and G, we're talking so much trash to this dude. He looks like he's about to cry. And then Super Kev is his partner, and then Kev's trashing him too. Like, you're garbage. What made you say you can play? We're like, yo, put this man on suicide watch, dog, because we think he might hurt himself. But I want to say we got a special guest right now. We have the mom of heavyweight contender Joe Joyce in the building right now. We have Marvel in the building.
How you doing?
I must have
salute to you.
There you go. Oh, my bad. My bad.
She's stepping up right now.
She said, "Hi, Funny Boxing Bros, listening to you making dinner book." Hey, thank you.
Chefing in the cook.
We love you. You already know that. We love you. Much respect to you.
Yes.
You are awesome.
If you could invite us over for Sunday dinner with Joy Joyce, that would be amazing.
But when we come to the UK,
we can play spades with you. You could be my partner. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I ain't gonna win because I ain't trying to fight a son. Afterwards, I don't want no problems with Joe after that. You
got to fight Joe next.
Man, they got it. I'm not playing against Joe.
She losing.
I don't want no problems with him. All right. So, wait, who's
going on, Rico? I see you, Rico.
And I saw you,
Rico.
Yeah.
So we got in the comment section, respect Marvel, salute Marvel, a lot of love, you know what I mean, coming to Mama Joyce. All right, so yeah, is it on me now?
Yeah, that's on you.
All right. Listen, all jokes aside, that was a hell of a fight. It was much better than I expected. Like, no lie, I was on the verge of dozing off after watching the Ryan Garcia fight. And I'm like, all right, let me see this boring Sebastian kid and Lubin hug each other up. That's what I was thinking. But I'm telling you, from round one, you're right, G. Lubin looked good. Lubin was I'm like, yo, Lubin is finding his way inside. He's landing his punches. But then the second round, Fundora found a home for the uppercut. And you know what? The door never shut on that uppercut. It was there all night. And, you know, at one point, it looked like he was about to stop Lubin in that 7th round. That's when Lubin's face was really, you start to see the hematomas, you started to see the damage, and it really looked like he was about to stop Lubin. And I'm just telling you, that's when the dog in Lubin came out. Lubin said, yo, if I'm going out with the clip empty. And that's when he just threw a barrage of punches and he put Fundora on the defense and he made Fundora take a knee. But again, this speaks to the intellect of that kid. How smart is he? He knew he was vulnerable. He knew he got hit with some shots. He knew that if he took a few more from a Lubin, it would be a bad idea. So he took a knee. At first, I didn't even recognize it. Like in the heat, I thought like, yo, Lubin, you know, was a delayed reaction and he went down. But it was like, no, he had the mindset and he was confident enough to say, look, I need to take a knee to gather myself. So he took the knee. You dig what I'm saying? And then when he got back up, he was able to regain control of the fight in the 8th round. I think what Lubin did that was a major mistake was he fought this guy in the inside when his best punch was the uppercut. Now, you would think Lubin would have the advantage as the shorter fighter on the inside, but the issue with that is, you know, while he's dipping and leaning, Fundora's getting some serious leverage on those uppercuts, and he did a lot of damage. And Lubin had so much heart. Lubin took so much punishment. And I think part of it was because he wanted to make up for what happened to him in the Charlo fight. What happened with Jamal Charlo, if you remember, he got knocked out basically with one punch in the first round. And he got put to sleep. And I think, you know, that ate him alive. And so I think in his mind, he was saying, like, I'll never go out like that again. And you could tell the way he went down in the 2nd round, he's battling demons. He gets back up. He puts himself in position to win. Man, it was an incredible fight. Salute to both fighters. It's sad that someone had to lose that fight because they gave it all they got. And I really do feel for Lubin. And I know, like, a lot of people are going to make jokes about his face because his face did take a lot of damage and, you know, there was a lot of swelling and, you know, there were hematomas. But at the end of the day, man, he showed tremendous grit and he should hold his head high because, you know, he went out trying to win. And that's all you can ask for. Like, he legitimately went out trying to win. But the height, the skill, the stamina of Fundora was too much. And this is why I think Fundora is able to make a 154 with his frame. I think he just trains like a marathon runner. Like I don't think he like bangs weights like that. I don't think that he trains to put on like mass. I think he just straight does endurance training and that's it. And so that's why he's able to throw so many punches. And that's why even when it looked like Lubin was fading, he still was the fresher fighter in the ring. Salute to both guys. It was a hell of a fight. Fundora deserves his shot for winning that fight, but I disagree with you all. I think Charlo would fight him, and I think Charlo would make it look a lot easier than Lubin did.
Question: should we talk about the stoppage?
We are. It's on there.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah. I ain't on there.
It's not. Hold on.
Nah, but we can just talk about it now. You know what I mean?
Nah, it should be the next one. Oh, it is. It's after Triple G. Oh, it should actually go to it now.
Oh, okay. All right,
go to it now.
Yeah. Did you agree with Kevin Cunningham stopping the fight?
Yeah. So it was just after Triple G, but you're right. It's better to talk about it right now. So the next topic that we're going to discuss is: do you agree with Kevin Cunningham stopping the fight? The fight was stopped because Kevin Cunningham had seen enough. He threw in the towel, and someone threw ice on him. And Kevin Cunningham turned around like he was about to go in the crowd, but probably remembered what happened to Will Smith and said, you know what? I'm not going to be hood right now because this ain't my moment. But I'm turning over to you, Conspiracy G. What was your reaction to the stoppage, and do you agree with it?
Man, hell yeah. You see what happened to that man's face? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, salute to Cunningham because I want a person in the corner like that. At the end of every round, remember, he's looking really concerned. But then after that last one, he said, enough is enough. I can't do this to you. I just can't do it to you. Like, it's not even worth it. You know what I mean? Like, these type of, like, that type of punishment will definitely end a career early. It's not even necessary. It's like, bro, like, and somebody said this, that Fortuna is like a cheat code. He definitely is. Would you really risk your man going all 12 with a guy, even though Lubin was winning? Like, I even had Lubin up, but not by much. It was probably like by 1 round. It was really, really tough. But it's like, is it worth the risk? It ain't worth it. So it's like, you know what? The amount of punishment he was enduring, I would end the fight. I would be like, yo, I can't do this to you, bro. Like, and to me, it almost seemed like when a father is a trainer, you know, and they be like, oh, that's why they don't like fathers training their sons. But this was necessary. Sometimes the wise person in the room, like, just has to, like, just do that for the sake of the fighter, because the fighter's warrior spirit, their ego, the machismo, all of that stuff is going to prevent them from saving their own life. So you got to just throw in that towel, and it was the right thing to do. That person who threw that Iceman was a sucker, you know, like, because to me it's kind of like it kind of reminded me too of like what fight was it we was watching last night, and people were booing, and these guys was really fighting, but people the gay fight against Shane Mosley. These dudes was really fighting. People want blood that much, they just start booing for no reason. It's just boo. I don't care, y'all fighting. I don't want to see boxing. I want to see brawling. Boo. And it's just like, man, these people are animals, man. You know, so the fact that he threw in that towel to save that young man's life, and the dude threw like a bucket of ice, was beyond disrespectful to me.
He threw a cup of ice.
Yeah, it was like it was
on camera too. I saw who it was, but I'm not gonna do a loose lips G.
Nah, do a G.
He's on camera.
My man need to get duffed in the mouth. I don't know about jail time, but he need to get duffed in the mouth or banned from boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes you can't play with people's lives like that, man. That wasn't cool. So
you heard what my man Little Flip said in his rap back in the day. Say, you throw a drink on me, this concert gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the old legend Little Flip.
Nah, they ain't do that before. He actually stopped the concert. He actually threw a drink. I think
he might. That's probably why he said the line. You throw a drink on me, this concert gonna stop.
Oh, man, listen, we stopping everything, yo. Who you throwing that at? You know what I mean? It's just I don't understand these people, man. But salute to Kevin for that, man. I really did appreciate him being a mature trainer, you know. And I like to believe most trainers would have stopped the fight, but then again, there's some bloodthirsty dudes out here that be like, nah, you winning, you up, man. All you gotta do is take a couple more blows to the brain, you be all right. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. I'm telling
you, put XXIVVs. This coming from Guillotine G.
Right. I know sometimes I sound like a contradiction, but I don't wish nobody to really die. I just want to see you get knocked out. I don't want to see you get bludgeoned to death. There's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's clearly like, all right, you know what, this is really, really dangerous. Someone got to be mature. Like, for example, Lomachenko. I'm not mad at Lomachenko when he be like stopping sometimes, looking at the ref like, bro, you want me to continue bashing my man's? Like, come on, do your job. I feel him sometimes. It's like, bro, the other guy got no answers. Why is this fight still going on? Save his life, you know? So that's how I am. I'm not going to be on some, like, you know, thirsty for blood on some vampire mode. I want to see a good fight. Whenever it's too one-sided, I'm like, all right, man, wrap this up. When trainers know their man has no chance and they're just preying on a lucky punch, but their man is taking bullets to the face, metal bats to the jaw, stop it, man. Just give it up. It's over. You know, so Kevin did the right thing, man. So salute to Cunningham for that, man. That was an excellent decision on his part.
Dollar bill.
Great stoppage. Cunningham loved that boy. I want to see Erickson, Lubin take some time away from the sport and heal. You know, Erickson Lubin's a gym rat. And not only does he takes these punches, in the ring, he takes them in the gym too, because he's always in there. And him and Cunningham have a great relationship. And he was rebuilding him. And like you said before in the previous segment when we was talking about it, after the Charlo incident, it was Cunningham who was rebuilding that confidence, and he was coming back, trying to get another shot. Talented fighter. I'm glad Cunningham was there to save him, because looking at his face, and we know what happens in the sport of boxing, it could have been really bad. That's why I said I want to see him as the commission. I'm gonna get slack because I do this all the time. I don't want to see him in the ring for at least 16 months to maybe 18 to 2 years. I don't, for real. I just think he needs this time for his to heal. You know what hematomas are? And he had them all over his face. It was
three. Like he had 3 of them.
It was scary. It was scary. At one point when I seen it, I made a comment, and I was just joking, but just looking at the fact of his face, I said, check his hand wraps. Because it looked that bad, and I think that Cunningham did a wonderful job. Wonderful job. And that's what your trainer's supposed to do. That's what your trainer's supposed to do. Shout out to Wilder's trainer too, who got flat for saving him.
Say he looked like cauliflower.
Sorry. All right, salute to Mark Brillin. All right, Ned the TVE.
Nah, we want blood. Nah, let me stop playing. Nah, Kevin did the right thing. He did the right thing. I never want to see a fighter get I don't never want to see go too far to ring where a fighter is like at a disadvantage where they can't even fight for themselves, and then worst come to worst, they end up dying or they end up in serious. They end up with serious life conditions after the fight. And he did the right thing by stopping the fight, because we saw it. We saw Lubin couldn't handle Fundora's pressure anymore, and at this point, stopping the fight was the best thing to do. And whenever a fight gets to that point, I clap. When I respect when a trainer or the ref can step in and stop it. What's so funny, G?
Mr. T, is Jakasi 6'9" telling who got the links today?
Wow. They said he had a broken jaw as well.
Damn.
His jaw was swollen, bro.
His face
his whole face looked broken to me, man.
His face doubled in size, man. It was just crazy.
Man, he got baseball batted in there, man.
Yeah, yo, but yeah, I can't. It had to stop like this. He looked like a whole different person after the fight, man. And shout out to Kevin for doing the right thing, because I don't know. Some fighters like to go out on their sword, but it's on their shield. And this wasn't a fight. This was not that type of fight, man. Like it had to stop. The stoppage was needed, and I applaud it.
Yeah, I think anyone disagreeing with that stoppage, perhaps you're someone who had a vested interest in the fight, maybe a betting interest that you put, and so you're like, hey, how can you do this to me? I think by that point in the fight, it was evident that Fundora was coming on strong and Lubin was faded. There was one exchange where Lubin didn't really throw any punches, and when Lubin did, it had practically no velocity on it at all. And when you take a look at that fight, remember, in the 7th round, it actually looked like Fundora was about to stop Lubin. And then Lubin made what I feel like at the time was his last stand. Mm-hmm. And he actually hurt Fundora and put Fundora down for the first time in his career. But prior to him landing that barrage of punches, I'm watching it like, stop it. And then when he lands it, I'm like, oh, right? And then, of course, Fundora, smart guy, spits the mouthpiece out, gets him a little bit of extra time. And salute to the ref, because the ref was like about to make him
you can
go
tell
to the corner, and the ref said, nah, screw that. Fight right now and let him go. So, because that would have taken the advantage that Lubin worked so hard for away by landing that punch. Excuse me. So I say that to say, like, there was that stand. But immediately after, Fundora regained control. And what you saw was, as bad as Erickson Lubin's face looked in the 7th round, it looked even worse at the time of the stoppage. And the closest person to him is Kevin Cunningham. Kevin Cunningham's the one who sees him in the gym. Kevin Cunningham's the one who's training him. Like Trill said, he was the one trying to rebuild his confidence and bring him back to where he was prior to being knocked out by Jamal Charlo. And Kevin Cunningham looked at him and stopped it. You got to understand, man, there's some trainers who will say, all right, go out on your shield. And some fighters who want to go out on their shield. And believe me, Lubin wanted to go out on the shield. But what does that really prove? He already proved enough in that fight. He got up and he almost took Fundora out. What were the odds of him having another stand like that? And how many more punches would he have taken? How many more punches could he have, or would he have been able to take? You got to look at it like this. Getting hit with one punch and being knocked out, you would prefer that over taking a beating for 12 rounds, hematoma, swelling face, broken jaw. That's the type of fights where a few days later, someone ends up in the emergency room. Like Irish Mikey Perez when he fought, I can't remember the guy's name, but that guy took a lot of punishment, ended up in the hospital. Patrick Day took a lot of punishment, ended up dying. You understand? This stuff happens. So anyone mad with Kevin Cunningham for stopping that fight, you know what? He has to live with the decisions that he makes. And he made the right decision.
He definitely made
Erickson Lubin is okay, and I'm sure he can live with that.
He definitely is. Make sure he ain't get, man, that's bad. You see his face, bro?
Yeah.
That's sad, bro.
And everyone making jokes about it. Like, making jokes is cool. And I'm acting like I'm not someone who makes jokes. I make jokes.
But this kid is this. I'm surprised that he didn't, like, when you see his face, it'd be like we seen this sport. You be thinking that, like, like people end up being put in induced comas from taking punishment just like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm reminded from Francisco Cruz. I was thinking the same thing when I thought of the great Miguel Cotto. When I seen his face, I literally choke up every time I think of that fight with Antonio Margarito, and I get mad. You can't leave me in the room with Antonio Margarito.
Yeah, and even Stay Humble brought up how Shannon and Cannon Briggs was in the hospital after the Klitschko fight.
Yeah.
Taking that punishment, it looks cool. But if you're getting battered badly and there's no chance of you winning, then you really have to question, should you continue to take that punishment?
What you were saying also about Cunningham, Caden, like, that he rocks with these fighters. It's different for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has bonds and he really loves these fighters. He becomes one with these fighters. Y'all remember him? Gang. You know what I'm saying?
Adonis Stevenson, another one. Yep, gang. Adonis Stevenson, another one. Took so much punishment in his fight that he was in critical condition.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we love these fighters. You know what I'm saying? We want to see them do well, but definitely don't want to see them lose their lives over this sport.
Yeah, but one point I was going to make. It would be one thing if Lubin went in the ring and he got blown out in 4 rounds and his face looked bad, and then, like, say Blair, what's that guy's name? The Blair cat with the hairdo who was talking trash to Earl Spence.
Yeah.
Him getting beat up, that's funny. Because he brought that energy to himself. Right? Lubin didn't bring that energy. All Lubin was trying to do was be great. Right? So him getting beat up and then, like, clowning him for it is something completely different.
You can't clown Lubin for fighting a guy.
Blair Cobb.
You can't do that. You can't. Lubin gets nothing but respect for fighting a guy that's towering over him. So I don't know. It is like, yeah, you can make fun of his face, but I think that's where it ends. It's kind of like making fun of Wilder during like the trilogy, right? It's like, yeah, you can make fun of him getting knocked out, but at the same time, you're like, this dude gave it all he got. So even when you're hating, you're still showing him respect. So I think it's the same way with Lubin. It's like, yeah, it's kind of funny, but hats off to the man because he did put in a lot of work.
Yeah, as long as you're going to show that respect, because that performance deserves respect, and sometimes like. I feel like, we'll make the joke, but damn it, that performance, he deserves respect for it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next topic. This could be an example of a trainer.
I'm with you. I know exactly where you're going. I'm going there too. All right, so the next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is our reaction to Gennady Golovkin versus Murata, and he stopped him. G, what were your thoughts on it?
All right. Well, first I'm gonna say this. Let me give an advance pause warning because this may sound a little funny style, but walk with me on this. Physique wise, Triple G looked great. I'm being honest. Nah, you gotta just makes sense. I'm telling you.
Looking at his physique, G.
Listen, it goes into my little talking point. For a 40-year-old, my man looked in shape. I was impressed. I was like, oh snap! Like maybe Triple G still got it. Clearly, Triple G does still got it, but this isn't the Triple G of old. This is old or OG Triple G, and this is the problem, right? He did great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only gave Murata one round, and that was the third round. That was it. That was the only round where I felt he caused more damage to Triple G than Triple G caused to him. And so, but for the rest of the fight, I was like, my goodness, man. Like, Murata could take punches until the punches was just too much. But his trainer did not care. You know what I'm saying? Like, did not care. Like, trainer was like, yo, you good? Go back out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't know if it's because it's, it's Japan and Japanese pride. It'll look dishonorable to throw in the towel. But I'm like, fam, after a point, I'm like, how much more punishment can your man take? There was certain rounds in the bell rang. Murata looked like he was stumbling to the corner. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, what's going on with boxing nowadays? Like, I'm wondering, like, the ref, you ain't going to the corner warning them, like, yo, I need to see something, or I gotta call this fight. Like, the ref never did that. Like, this dude Triple G, his jab looked like straight right hands hitting this dude's face. And one thing I did give Murata is he always moved forward. I could give him that credit. Like he'll receive a mean punch from Triple G, and instead of like cowering and fighting on the back foot, he kept pressing the action. But in the process of pressing the action, he would get hurt even more. To the point, like in the later rounds, you see, if you notice, he stopped doing it. Then he was just pretty much a sitting duck, just taking abuse after abuse after abuse. So I was like, Murata, salute to him for having the chin that he got. But I'm hoping he's good right now. You know what I mean? Because I like to imagine how to rush this guy to the hospital. The punishment that he took from Triple G. Now going to Triple G. I thought the victory was good. However, Triple G's shown a lot of signs of a 40-year-old fighting in the ring. What I mean by it is the Triple G of old could throw that many jabs and still be fresh. This Triple G, after like maybe I think by like round 4, my man was breathing, like mouth was open. He threw a couple of jabs. He looked exhausted. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, this dude looking chiseled, but he breathing hard. I'm like, yo, man, that 40-year-old windpipe ain't the same, man. So, to me, I almost got excited for Triple G Canelo 3. But then I started thinking about Triple G's performance for real and analyzing it. I was just like, you know what, Triple G, I don't think you have the endurance for Canelo. Like, yeah, you still got the power, but I don't know if you can keep up with the volume of punches, and I don't know if you can handle the type of punches that Canelo will land. Murata hit Triple G with a body shot, and Triple G felt it. Triple G winced and everything. I'm like, fam, Canelo hit you with that same shot, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So again, good. This was a real good performance from Triple G, especially at his age as a 40-year-old man. You know, congratulations for unifying. But I really, really hope you really consider not taking that Canelo fight, because this could be a real game changer. This ain't the same Canelo, because I think Canelo's still in his prime. You're past your prime, and you're just an older fighter, man. So, man, but salute to Triple G nonetheless. Great performance, you know, great fight, you know, like, but don't play yourself.
Respect yourself. All right, $1 bill.
I'm not even going to mention Saul because I don't like repeating myself, and I've been saying this. If you look the previous episode, I've been saying this about Triple G and Saul, so I'm just going to talk about Triple G. You're getting old, right in front of me. Getting old, right in front of me. That body shot.
What'd you say, True? I can't hear you.
He's getting old, right in front of me.
Oh.
You know, it was that body shot in the third round. Was it in the third round when he took that body shot? I don't remember. It was that landed that body shot, and I was thinking it was going to be over. Triple G leaned over and took a step back.
I don't know what round. I know which body shot you're talking about though.
It was
like early. It was early in the fight.
It was crazy, and it seemed like ever since then he was scared. Like every time he would like faint, like he was going to go. Like Triple G made sure he dropped them elbows down. He was not trying to. His physique might have looked sharp, but it's just a placebo because it's just for show. Because once you hit it, you know it'll break down. It'll break down definitely. And it's just time, you know. And the fact that the man that age getting his weight down to that, been there for so long, it has to be taxing. Maybe he's just looking for one last payday, but I just don't see the same Triple G. I really don't see the same Triple G. I think we're watching him fade right now. So if y'all want to see him get another payday, yeah, but he's not going to be competitive, and he's not going to win that fight. He's not.
All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I feel.
All right, TVE.
Nah, Triple G, yo, shout out to you, yo. You was looking for 40 years old. You was looking really good last night. You looked in shape. You looked good for 40 years old, and you did what you had to do. You knocked out a solid opponent in proper fashion. You look sharp. You look clean and everything. But for everybody saying they want to see Triple G versus Canelo gonna catch a triple homicide. And that's it. That's it. I don't know if Triple G can hang with him anymore, man. Like it's there. It's there. At this point, it's just I don't think it's the route for Triple G. I think Triple G should just like pass the torch. Like at this point, at 40 years old, he's done everything he needed to do in the sport. I feel he just either takes on somebody in his division, like they said, Charlo or Andrade, and pass the torch. If he wins, retire at the top of your game. If you lose, you pass the torch and you can still retire at the top of your game. But I don't him fight Canelo. Nah, it's not happening, bro. At this point, Canelo's like has passed them, or skill set has passed Triple G's by so much.
Personally, see, that's the beautiful thing about this sport of boxing. What my man Roman Numero say, he said he thought Triple G won both fights. I thought Canelo won both fights. You know what I'm saying? That's so crazy about boxing. Everybody can see it differently. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing about boxing, you know, and nobody is correct. Everybody got their own opinion. You know, that's what makes them, you know.
I think everyone agrees Triple G don't deserve no beat down from this Canelo trilogy like this, man. He don't deserve that. That's gonna be.
I mean, shoot, he deserves the money. You know, Triple G, he probably got some bills to pay. He might have something he want to buy. You know.
You know what? When I watched this fight, I have two thoughts. What Triple G did for a 40-year-old as a middleweight, because remember, the higher you go up in weight, the harder it is to compete. Well, maybe not true. It's still impressive, but for him, his style of fighting at 40 was very impressive. Like, he's an offensive genius. There's no doubt about it. Offensively, Triple G, you see him throwing punches from all angles. He's setting things up. He's more clever and more intelligent than he gets credit for.
He punches dudes like this on the floor.
Yeah, to open them up down low. Like, the guy is intelligent. His ring IQ offensively is off the charts. But where I saw the age was in his feet. His feet are not the same. He was basically walking down Murata. It was like basically a night where people were just not cutting off the ring and walking people down. Most importantly, his feet looked really slow. And that was one thing I noticed from Triple G. The other thing I noticed was Murata was able to land big punches on Triple G, like everyone brought up, particularly the body shots, but he also landed some clean shots to the head. And he hurt Triple G. And I'm thinking to myself, the big drama show, the guy we know when people were debating whether he's the number one pound for pound fighter in the sport, I believe he would have got Murata out of there a lot sooner. And this brings up the other thing, because he was dominating Murata, as G pointed out, for about 3 rounds before he got the stoppage. It's taking him a lot longer now to get rid of these guys, even when he has them hurt. And this isn't even just with Murata. This is the fight before, where he went like 5 rounds with a dude he was dominating, and they just stopped it. It wasn't even like he, So I think with Triple G, the age is showing. And if we're judging this by a 40-year-old standard, saying does he still got it, he can still win some big fights. I think he can. I think him and Triple G and Demetrius Andrade, that's a good fight. That's a good fight, and I give Triple G a shot. Probably would favor Demetrius Andrade at this point, but I give Triple G a shot. Wouldn't surprise me if he won. Demetrius Andrade versus Jamal Charlo, I give him a better shot to beat him than I would give him to beat Canelo. If I was him, those are the 2 fights I would be looking for. I wouldn't even, it's better for him. It's better for them, but he wants Canelo. We all know why he wants Canelo. Payday. So he wants the payday. And you know what? He's going to get the payday. But, sometimes to get the money, you got to do some ugly things.
My fault. Is Canelo really a vegan?
Oh, stop copying me, Canelo. He must have heard that I was. I hope not.
What? I don't know. You can't. I don't know. I don't know if he can be vegan. And
I hope not. We need those tacos.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me check on this real quick.
Yo, he's vegan, bro. It's crazy.
He better now. I'm about to go down. Hey, bro, give me a ticket down to Mexico. I'm about to go get him steak tips and French fries right now.
Ball look like he eat bear meat, bro. So I don't know if vegan's gonna work, man.
Yeah, he said he's going vegan for Bavaria. That's true, yo. It's crazy.
It's Mexican salad.
What? Yo, he was really on a plant-based diet? Oh, shoot.
He really went plant-based for plant?
Oh,
what?
Wow, yo.
This is crazy.
Yo, Canelo, man.
Yo, you know what? If he's been doing it, fine. If he hasn't, don't switch it up now.
Don't switch it up.
Do whatever you been doing.
Don't fix it, Nello. What you doing, Saul?
Keep doing whatever you've been doing. Don't switch it up now. But yeah, just to get to this, it doesn't matter who you think won the first 2 fights. Although I thought Canelo won both fights, but this is years after. This is years later. Look at what Canelo has done in those years, and look at what Triple G has done in those years. Canelo has become the number one attraction in the sport, and Triple G was fighting, and he wasn't even like on prime time. He wasn't even like Ryan Garcia got more shine than Triple G. So that's where their careers have gone, right? And so for me, I just feel like Triple G, it was a good win. He didn't look sensational to me. He showed his age, particularly in his footwork, his ability to take punches. That was the first time I seen Triple G really, really hurt like that from someone who I felt like he was going to dominate. And also, you know, his speed at one point in the fight, he just looked real slow. It just looked like, you know, like he was telegraphing his punches. So I don't know. I think Canelo's going to do him something dirty, but, you know, it is what it is. We got to watch the fight and see.
Yeah, that's 100. One grew up, the other grew old.
Yeah, exactly.
He got old right in front of us.
Yeah.
Like we watched Triple G get old right in front of us. His face ain't even the same.
Yeah, it's too vegetarian, but or vegan, excuse me. He's a vegan. That's just wild.
Canelo say that when they leave with that camera, Canelo be like, put that steak on there.
Exactly.
The one with the clenbuterol. The clenbuterol.
All right, y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah.
You foul.
Fury explains how he's going to beat Dillian.
Oh, yeah. All right, so, excuse me, Tyson Fury has returned from his social media hiatus to explain to the world how he plans on beating Dillian, the body snatcher White. And we're gonna take a listen. I'm just taking a moment to allow this video to load up.
Just getting the video ready now. You know what time it is. We still waiting for them push.
If Dillian wins, I'll double. I'll give y'all an extra 50.
An extra 50.
If Dillian wins, if not, I'm vindicated, man.
Nah, you ain't vindicated nothing.
Aren't you going Dillian, Ned?
I'm going Dillian, but I'm saying I'm going Fury actually, because G picked Dillian. The fix is in. That's what I'm saying. The fix is in.
I'm about to share it right now. Let's load it up. All right. Let's take a listen to what Tyson Fury had to say. Hold up.
Look at that face. That's a serious face right there.
These days are like straight rights. I will bust him with a jab. His head will be taking that much punishment. It'll open up, cut, swell up quickly. And I reckon I take him out cold. Like a real knockout. Highlight reel. Like Wilder anyway. Good, a proper knockout. As soon as I detonate this bad boy on him, over.
Like we zoomed in on that. I mean, that is a bad boy. Southpaw? Fancy a bit of southpaw against him?
Southpaw maybe. Make it easy. I just want to show the people how good I am. Might do one hand behind my back like that. Boxing. I'm going to chop them up right off him. Bust him up with a jab.
All right, so that's what Tyson Fury had to say. I'm going to turn it over to the man on this panel who believes Dillian, the body snatcher White, is going to win this fight. Remember, if Dillian wins, it's hashtag G was right. If Dillian White loses, it's hashtag the G jinx. G the jinx. G the jinx. So, all right, G, what's your reaction to what Fury had to say?
Listen, what Fury's talking about, hey, it makes sense. All right. Like, with the type of style that Fury has, I think that's the strategy that makes sense for Fury. You know, beat him up a little bit, get him tenderized. But, however, I just feel that Tyson Fury thinks he's far superior when it comes to boxing skill to Dillian. So he's going to risk it all. And one of them combinations, Dillian's going to land that left hook and bing! Fury going down. You know what I'm saying? I said it first here. Exclusive. You know what I mean? But just have faith, y'all. So, Tyson Fury, what he's explaining, it's possible. So what? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Dillian White sees it another way. So it is what it is.
Yo, G, boxing pound for pound, Jack said Dean White and G White are Dillian's two civilian partners.
Yo, pause, yo. What is this, yo? Hey, Mr. T, well, you believe in this jinx too, man? That's crazy, man.
G, you the only one who don't see it, yo.
Yeah, look at Hearns, Aaron White. Y'all are bugging. Oh,
Hold up. As reasonable as the person G is, he sees it. He's just strong and wrong. Yo, G got that statement, strong and wrong, and he knows he jinxed everybody every time.
hold on, time out. Listen, in the past, it's the past. I told you, new year, new G. I'm telling you, man, I feel it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a gambling man, I might put some money down. Unfortunately, I live in Massachusetts, so it won't let me do it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just feel like, yo, White's gonna pull it off this time, man. Hey, Ned, yo, listen. And the fact that you say you're gonna do 50 push-ups, you're lying to yourself.
I'm telling the truth.
If I see you do 10 real push-ups, your arms will fall off. So you talking about 50? Stop it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that to yourself. You know what I mean? So
let me take me on my offer. If Dillian wins, I owe you another 50 on top of the 25 y'all claim I owe. If not, I'm vindicated. Take it, G. Take it.
Where you at, G? Where's your conviction, G?
Yeah, where's your conviction?
Spicy,
you
G.
feel it?
G?
You
feel it, G?
But now you have to give me your word as a man.
My word.
He has to be completed within 20 minutes.
Say that.
Nah, hold on. Don't take that. 1 hour.
An hour. That's fine.
Nah, hour too long, man. That's too much footage.
45 minutes.
We need it to be enough where it's like a small video that
we can edit the footage. 45 minutes.
How
45.
about half an hour? Let's agree to 30 minutes.
Okay. 30 minutes.
All right, 30 minutes. Fine. 30 minutes there.
All right,
there we go.
We got a deal.
Deal.
Wait,
vindication.
Can Ned delegate some of his responsibility?
No. This
is my cross to bear, and I will wear it.
His arms to fall off. Those are his arms to fall off. Man, you a wild boy, man.
All right. I would throw it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What's your reaction to what Fury said? How he said he's going to beat White?
I don't disagree. I actually envisioned it the same way. You know what I'm saying? If it goes down, I just feel that Dillian White is gonna show more. It's not what Fury's gonna do. I just think that Dillian is what Dillian's going to do. He's going to show us something different. He's going to show us a different look that we seen in different look that Wilder showed in the fight with Fury. So I think that it's going to take a little bit longer for Fury to probably figure out with the movement and the different punches selection that Dillian's going to be hitting with. But I think that Tyson Fury gets the job done. You know, hopefully Dillian can pull through. And make hooray for Dillian. But I just think it's a win. It's a win for Dillian anyway. It's still a win for Dillian because he finally got the opportunity to fight for this belt that he has wanted so much, So that's a moral victory for him. But as far as the fight goes, I see it playing out just like Tyson Fury said it was. But I think it'll be later in the rounds. Probably get him out of there. 11. That's where you get him out there around 11.
I'm get him out there around 11. All right, listen. The last heavyweight that had Haiti and Nigeria backing him. I'm just pointing that out. TVE, did you go already? No, you didn't go, right?
I didn't. But yo, the fix is in, man. The fix is in. Yo, G pick Dillian, and you know how it goes, man. And Fury's gonna do it. If Fury says it, he's gonna do it.
Man, read the screen, bro. Read the screen.
Don't have. I'm gonna be vindicated. It don't matter, Mr. T. I don't matter. I don't have to worry about them push-ups. I ain't worried about them push-ups. 75. What's 75, Mr. T? Because I ain't gotta do nothing, yo. It's over. The fix is in. Thank you, G, for freeing me.
He's focusing on the wrong number. The number's 0.
0. 0. How do you do 0 push-ups? You don't have to do 0 push-ups. Thank you. Thank you, G.
Yo, Thank you, G. I ain't listening to that no more. Haiti and Nigeria got.
Hey, don't bring Haiti into this. Do not bring Haiti into this. We do not need our country soiled by you, G. G, thank you so much. I am gonna bow out now. I appreciate that you took it, and I'm a free man. I'm free. My debts are paid off. I'm a free man. G,
G, you are not the ambassador of Haiti. You don't get to put Haiti in certain business that Haiti doesn't belong in. G,
you heard that was about to say, keep Haiti out your
mouth. Out your mouth, G. Listen, G, shame on you for what you've done to this man, Dillian. He waited his whole life for this moment, and you just ruined it for this man. And G, I'm gonna go even step further. I'm done. Matter of fact, G, the jinx is in, the fix is in. Thank you, G, for setting the man free.
You know what, Ned? I'm with you. And shame on G. You know, G, you have no shame. You've been flip-flopping. I exposed you for flip-flopping. You still flip-flop. Remember when G used to hate Dillian? Back when Dillian used to clown Deontay Wilder and G used to root against Dillian? Remember, rewind these tapes. G was all giddy.
Hold up.
No, G was giddy when Povetkin knocked out Dillian White. Remember, G? G came here like, oh, that's what happens when you run your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You get sparked out. Now, all of a sudden, G's bringing Haiti into the equation with Nigeria to uplift Dillian, the Jamaican, the British Jamaican fighter. You can have the entire Caribbean islands and the entire continent of Africa. Fury's still going to detonate on that man's chin. It don't matter. It don't matter. Go ahead.
Hold on, G. Hold on before you go. Dillian versus if Dillian was to fight Deontay Wilder tomorrow, who you got?
Yo, come on, man.
Who you got?
Right now, that has no relevance.
Who you got?
And Fury. Yo, you already know my answer, man. Don't cause division right now. Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, Ned, I think it's time you open up that shop again. You open up the smoke shop, Ned.
Yeah, we got the
they want that ganja brownie.
Yeah, we got
that's what Dillian White is. He's an edible brownie. He's a nettable brownie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
we
I'm
got
saying?
him coming. Say that.
All
right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, Dillian White showed improvement to me at one particular point in time. That was around the time when he beat Joseph Parker. That was around the time when he beat Oscar Rivas. Although, in all fairness, he got dropped by both of those guys, but he still got back up and was able to win the fight. Dillian White is chinny. In fact, he's more chinny to me than people claim Anthony Joshua is. When you look at Anthony Joshua has been dropped by Klitschko, but he still had his bearings. He was dropped by Andy Ruiz, but he still had his bearings. And then you saw in the corner, he didn't seem excited about going back out, and the referee stopped it because he said it didn't look like AJ wanted to continue. And I agree with that assessment, right? He fought Usyk and he was buzzed in the Usyk fight, but he was never unconscious. But Dillian White was sparked out. Like, Dillian White looked like, y'all want to see a dead body? You know what I'm saying? And let's not forget, all of this was on the cusp of Dillian calling Deontay Wilder a crackhead, calling Andy Ruiz a fat boy, calling Tyson Fury a bum. He was just running his mouth. He was running a gambit, talking trash about everybody, and then he found himself laying on the canvas. Couldn't even move. He was stiff. Then Dillian White had the audacity to say that Alexander Povetkin tricked him. Remember that?
He's trying to play nice with
him. Act like he's a nice guy. He was nice with me, and then he knocked me out. It's a fight. What the hell did you think was supposed to happen in a fight, Dillian? Oh, yeah, but getting back to it, G was all for that. But now, after Tyson Fury done knocked his boy Deontay Wilder unconscious, all of a sudden, he's teaming up with Haiti's teaming up with Nigeria and Jamaica, and about 70% of the UK to try to will Dillian White to victory. But
hey, you know what G's saying? You know what I'm saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
The man who once used to bash Dillian is now leading his bandwagon. G, flip-flopping G has no shame. Now we see, that Nas song, Nasty Nas the Esco to Escobar. Now he is Nostradamus. G's like Seth Mitchell, Birdman, Deontay Wilder, now Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, my brother. You're going to need another bandwagon after this, though. Because what I'm trying to tell you is, Fury's going to give him that. That's it. That's all you need to know. Dillian White's going down. And when Dillian White goes down, this is going to be a sad day because he waited his whole career for this one moment, and Fury came and stole it. So that's how I feel about it. I think what Fury's saying is correct. I think that's exactly how it's going to play out. And hashtag G the Jinx is going to be all over social media.
And you tapped in on something, Caden, that I don't think you even noticed. Maybe that's why we haven't heard from Dillian White. That's why we haven't heard from Dillian White. Like everything that you done said, Caden, because he was talking trash about Deontay. He was talking trash about Andy Ruiz, talking trash about AJ, and we seen what Povetkin did. Sparked him out. Maybe he figured if he keeps his mouth shut completely this time, he'll have a better outcome.
Nah, 100. He's trying to pull a G. When G done talk too much trash and Kama come back and bite him, then G's like, I'm humble G. I'm not going to say anything. That's what he's trying to do right now.
I'm gonna keep him on.
If he win, he gonna be like, I was quiet because I knew this was easy.
He was a bum. And that's what I told everyone. And AJ's whack.
Dillian said a lot of disrespectful stuff to Wilder. Like I still remember when he said, "Big Baby fathered one of Wilder's kids."
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
To me, is disrespect. But as of right now, I'm willing to forgive the madness because we got a common enemy. You know what I'm saying? So, Dillian, stay focused. Don't listen to these guys with the riff-raff. Stay in the gym, get chiseled, and get ready. I don't know what you can do to strengthen your jaw, but you're going to need that too. It's a 5 front. Haiti, Nigeria, Jamaica, UK, we all got your back. You just got to stay focused, man. Have faith. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. We can move on. All right. Tony Harrison had a victory last night. He fought on the undercard of Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fundora. And he won his fight. He won a decision. But in the press conference, he had an altercation with Luis Arias. Let's take a look, and then we're going to give our opinion on it. So this is what happened.
You don't talk about one way. Why did you lose your mom? You a fucking lame ass nigga. You a lame ass
So, Randall, let's get you back on stage.
Look at Fonda looking like the IT guy.
This regular guy.
I'm just here to fix computers.
Let's wait for
Watch the USB.
We got Tony Garcia. He's fighting Sergio Garcia. He's not fighting here. I know there's
lucky I missed. You fucking lucky I missed. But
let's turn our attention, Tony, as we had that little
you fucking lucky I'm sick of these bitch ass niggas, man. Like respect is I swear to God, if it ain't gonna be given to me, I'm gonna take that shit. And from here on out, my nigga, it's just ain't no money involved, ain't none of the bullshit involved. If you ain't gonna give me the respect, I take it.
So we keep on.
Tony said he's violating these fighters. We apologize for the language. If I knew it was going to be that much, I mean, I didn't, when I watched it at first, it didn't register that there was that much swearing. I would have given a warning. But nonetheless, Trill Dollar Bill, what's your reaction to Tony Harrison getting upset, walking off the stage and swinging at Luis Arias?
Will got everybody losing their mind. That's what Will got everybody losing their mind.
The comments is crazy. I'm sorry.
Look, I don't know. I'm starting to. Then when I looked at first, I thought that's what I thought. Like he was trying to get a viral moment. That's what Tony Harrison was trying to do. But then after watching it again, I wouldn't be surprised knowing some of the antics Tony Harrison. I wouldn't be surprised if they staged that.
True. Now you're thinking like me.
You know, just from how he threw the punch and how the interaction started, It was horrible acting.
So you think it was staged?
The first time I was like, oh, he's trying to have a fight. The second, then watching it again, I was like, oh, we could have did a better job than that.
Well, hell, what you think this is, man?
Yeah, looking like Tony Smollett. You know what I'm
saying? I am not suicidal.
Yeah, I know. That was just horrible acting. You know what I'm saying? Even the punch that he threw, he made sure there was nowhere to be found, like nobody was there at all. He made sure like nobody's gonna be right there. He punched downwards. I don't know. It just looked like they was trying to make something out of nothing. Nobody wants to see these two guys fight. Nobody wants to see those two guys fight. You know what I mean? But why not make it into something? You know what I mean? So hey, we'll see.
All right, Conspiracy G.
I've been picking Vegeta to beat Goku for 20 years. Trust me, have faith, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was all fake, man. That was 100% acting. It wasn't even convincing either. It was just like the run didn't even look. It looked like he was like jogging to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, please, man, I get it. Dudes need to come up with something to try to get on a good undercard, but I don't know. It's just poor acting, man. Like it's just sad that Tony Harrison went from that guy that entertained us against Charlo
cornball
to now doing fake fight scenes at a press conference, man. It's like, do better, man. I feel bad for that gentleman, man. It's all right, man. Like, and Lewis is just he's down for whatever, man. He's like, yo, man, this gonna get us paid. All right, what you need me to do? Throw a piece of paper and pretend to get hit. I'm down for all of that. It's just poor acting, man. Execution was poor. Like I don't know, man. They should have choreographed this better. Like they should have had a little test run. Like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and then you know what I mean, like lean forward with it with the hit. You know what I mean, like sell it a bit more.
They just talked it out. They didn't have no acting, pre-acting. You know what I'm saying?
It just seems so fake, man. So, man, poor Tony. It's Tony. You don't deserve this, man. I'm telling you, it's like Tony Smollett. This is like it's better than this, bro. You don't
not even world star level.
Relax. That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, man. It's cute,
All right, TVE.
Yeah, yo, that was fugazi as hell, man. I'm watching it back again. I'm like, yeah, it's just like the punch he threw. It was like they planned it. They acted this out enough. Like it's like I'm gonna throw it and you gonna move back, and then he just walks out like nothing happens, and he goes back to stage and like, hey, come on, guys. Like I know y'all gotta sell y'all fights, y'all gotta make y'all money, but like if it's gonna be beef, let it be beef. And if if y'all are friends, it's okay to be friends, yo. We ain't mad at y'all or nothing like that, But come on, that was some cornball antics, Tony. I'm not feeling that.
I don't know if I'm ready to jump.
If allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know if it was fake, right? What I think it was is one, Arias is feeling himself. Luis, he's feeling himself. He beat Jarrett Hurd in his comeback fight, and so he's feeling himself. Like this guy's been through a lot in boxing, and that was like his big moment. So he's big game hunting. I feel like, and he's looking at Harrison like he's vulnerable. Harrison just lost his dad. Well, recently lost his dad, and he didn't look too good in his last performance. And he struggled. And last night he looked a lot better, although his opponent wasn't necessarily a world beater, but he looked better. And so what I believe is that, what happened was he was speaking, he was getting interrupted, and in his mind, he decided like, I'm gonna run up on this dude to look tough. But when he ran up on Luis wasn't scared, so he had to do something. So like you say, he threw a fake punch. So I think the punch was fake. I'm 100%. He wasn't trying to land that punch.
That's what made the whole thing look fake because of the punch. Go ahead, my brother.
You know when you get pushed to the point where you're like, yo, you keep talking, yo, I'm gonna have to do something. Like, say I won't. You won't. And now you gotta like, all right, now I gotta go do something. So he went and ran up on him like he was gonna do something, and then threw a punch, like a little fake little punch, and was like, you lucky I missed. You lucky I missed. You know what I mean? Because this when you get on the stage, like, they gonna respect me. So I think it was, I don't really think he was trying to land the punch. I don't necessarily know if like the feud and the animosity was fake though. But because they did remove Luis and people did step in, but I don't think he was trying to land a punch. So my thoughts on it is why. Nobody's gonna be interested in that fight. So y'all just wasted your time. And like,
this is an example of housewives of boxing. It's just fake, man. It's just,
yeah, like Luis, man, you should just be like waiting for the big dogs to need a tune-up and throw your name out there.
Facts. All right, let's talk about something funny. Rolling and take face.
Ain't nothing funny about it. Ain't nothing funny about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I'm excited to talk about this.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it.
I'm excited to talk about this. I can't wait to talk about this one, as a matter of fact. Because I've been seeing a lot of people saying a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with on this one. So we need to talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Y'all already know we want to talk about it. We've been dying to talk about it.
All right, so let's take a look at what happened at the press conference. And again, I apologize for any language that's vulgar that you may hear. Someone said, "Oh, Caden turning into Sky Sports." Nah, man, people had their kids listening. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a family show. Boxing Bros is a family show.
Yeah. Just know that there's bound to be some bad language on this one. All right.
I like to apologize for Rolly because he's very passionate and sometimes.
Yeah, this is snack. Get you a snack.
That's what Ryan had. That's why Ryan looks so good.
Level. You want to be a world champion?
Oh, actually, this isn't even it. Doesn't even matter. I'm gonna go to the other video because this one isn't it. All right. So listen to this. A lot of people were saying that Rolly was shook during the face-off and that he didn't have the same energy. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at the face-off and then we're gonna discuss it. All right, hold on real quick. All right, here we go. Let's turn this volume up. All right, let's take a look at the face-off.
That's where you when I want to talk to you, damn man. He's trying to 28. You trying to you trying to get out of the damn fight. You trying to get the fight man still threatening.
This is what This is what y'all get. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. This
thing is business. It's business.
Yeah.
All right, guys. He's good. He's
good.
You know me yet?
I don't give about no damn money in this damn fight.
Okay.
Respect me your person. Let your first on let's go first.
We get down like that.
Let your first. That's pathetic.
Face forward, guys.
Face forward, guys.
You know I up I no damn way. That's where you want.
All right. So that's what happened when they faced off at the press conference. Conspira G, man, what was your thoughts? And did you think that Rolly was shook?
Shook. Nah. You know what I think it was? I think the energy that Tank brought this time kind of caught him off guard. You know, Tank out of nowhere grew like 6 inches. You know what I mean? So, I think Rolly was confused. Like, is this the same Tank? But then when you seen his chucks, my man had like 4-inch insoles.
I was about to say he had on them chucks.
Yo,
he had on them chucks.
Yo, what kind of sneakers are those? You know
he had on the Sketcher chucks with the thick heels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the Sketcher chucks. Helps with your balance, with your back and everything else.
I was like, how he looking at him like this? Well, it should be looking like this. You know what I mean? So
I want you, G. Roy was like, how he get so tall?
It was those 4-inch heels he had on.
He had on the Alexander McQueen's, yo. That's what he had.
That's what he had. He had the wedges. He had on wedges.
It's springtime, so he had on the wedges. You know what I mean? So, like, I think Rolly was just trying to process what's going on here. He's like, yo, man, how you get like eye level? So
you must bigger in person.
But I like the energy that Tank was bringing, because in the past, man, like, he was more standoffish. Like, I remember when Rolly was saying crazy stuff, like, your arms the size of my, you saying all type of crazy stuff, and Tank wasn't really saying much. But this new Tank is looking like now Tank wants this fight, or at least he's putting on a good performance that he wants this fight. So I like what he's doing, but bruh, take them shoes off, man. It's okay. We know you're like 8 inches shorter than Rolly. It's okay. Pause. All right, now you know what I meant. You know what I mean?
I wasn't even going, man. I'm just looking at you funny how you talking right now, man.
I'm talking about in height, like actual height. He's shorter than Rolly.
Specify.
Shorter. Like, you ain't gotta put on wedges. You ain't gotta do all of that. Like, it looks weird to me. I'm being honest. It makes him look goofy, but the energy that he brought made up for the goofiness. So, now it's the promotion's starting to pick up. Now I kind of feel like Tank, like, his heart is in this fight now. Now Tank wants to actually perform, and he wants to fight Rolly, and he wants to beat Rolly. So I guess it's a good thing. But I'm not gonna say now Rolly shook a Tank. Like, I honestly think Rolly was just like, oh, so we switching the script now. You know what I mean? Just caught him off guard. But the way Rolly talks, this guy's a clown. So Rolly's about to come back with something creative, something goofy. So I'm just waiting for Rolly to just demonstrate, his character.
All right, $1 bill.
I think it's time. Look, Rolly already won. No, for real. Even if he gets knocked out and he loses to Tank, Rolly has already won. And the reason why I'm going to say Rolly has already won is because you have to see where Rolly has came from. His backgrounds, things that he had to do to get here. He didn't come from no amateur program or nothing like that, no huge backing and anything. Rolly got it out the mud. For Rolly to get here with the amount of numbers of fights that he got, with not really much backing, he's signed to Mayweather Promotions, but he got his name popping on his own. And for him to get all the way here to be on a pay-per-view fight, made himself a pay-per-view fighter. On his own, he already won. This is his biggest payday ever. Kid has went through so. I'm not even going to get to the things that he went through with his family, but I'm talking about as far as boxing goes. What he is able to do so far to get on here onto pay-per-view is amazing. He already won. So shout out to Rolly. I want to congratulate Rolly on that, especially with all the odds against the young man. Maybe he's not the best at expressing his feelings verbally, or he has a lot of things against him, but he got here, and we're talking about him. So shout out to Rolly. Rolly, you won. Because there's other fighters with more fights that we don't even cover. So shout out to Rolly. What do I think about the press conference? I think it was entertaining. I think it was great. And I just want to make sure that the fight happens and make sure that it goes down, because, hey, I won't be surprised if they try to get out of the fight. That's what they was doing. They was trying to get out the fight. You heard Rolly. He said, "No, let him go." He tried to get out of the fight. That's what he trying to do. Rolly he has a certain type of confidence in him. It was hilarious. It was like Javante was like standing on his tippy toes trying to yell in his face. You know what I'm saying? Trying to yell in his face. And he was just more concerned about the spit coming back, you know what I'm saying, than anything Tank was saying. He was like, I'm gonna stop you. The whole time he was calm. Tank was losing his mind. This side about Tank. If Rolly gets under Tank's skin so bad, I don't know what it is. I hope Tank can control that. I hope he can control that because he'll mess around and get caught by something stupid. You know what I'm saying? But Rolly has this ability to get underneath Tank's skin. He can't even stand next to. Rolly wasn't even talking. He can't stand next to him without just losing his mind. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, look, he gonna do so while he's just trying to get out the fight. He's like, and they're not intimidated at all. It got to the point where Tank had to mention street stuff. He had to try to go into. If we could talk about this, no, you're a boxer. You box, punk. It was bad. He was like, you ain't a gangster, you're a fury. It was bad. He can't intimidate Rolly at all. That's what I was just saying, man. Shout out to Rolly. Rolly, he already won. Because we're already talking about Rolly, and Rolly's in a pay-per-view fight. So shout out to Rolly. I really hope that this fight goes down and they don't do nothing to sabotage this fight because I think it's going to be entertaining for how long it'll ever last. For how long it lasts.
TVE.
Mr. T, keep his wife's name out your mouth.
I couldn't even show Mr. T's comic. I feel like stuff like that would get his flag. You know what I mean? But
I saw what he said.
Yeah. If y'all current, it just looks like 4 comments up. But man, listen, Tank ain't standoffish. He ain't timid. He just confident in his abilities. That's why he don't have to talk. And I agree with Trill. Rolly got it out the mud. Rolly got under. Rolly came from nothing. Rolly got under Tank's skin, and Tank showing like this is a Tank off the like. This is different. This Tank is coming with a vengeance. This fight, and I'll just Rolly. You better back. You better have the skills to pay the bills because Tank's coming to take your head off. Tank's come with the whole artillery, everything. He bring the army. He bring the 4 task force with him to take your block off because. You pissed this man off. And I don't know. It says you 5'8", and ain't no platform shoes making Tank taller than you. There's no platform shoes out there making Tank taller than somebody who's 5'8". I'm just saying. Like, I'm gonna call it. Either someone's lying or
Rolly's 5'8".
That's what it says. It says he's 5'8". So someone's lying or someone's flying. And that's how I'm sorry. That's it, So Rolly, you ain't look at you talking all that talk till he was in your face and he was heated. And now Rolly, this fight might not happen because somebody gonna wet the bed. Somebody gonna wet the bed, and that man is Rolly. But don't fumble the bag twice. That's all I say. Don't fumble the bag twice. But this is gonna be an entertaining fight. I love it now. Like. Couple weeks doing it, Tank kept his silence, but now that Tank's barking at him, I want to see how Rolly handles this pressure because we already know what it is. Tank is a bad man. I love Tank. I remember the first fight I saw Tank. He came out with a Cookie Monster fit on. I got the picture deep in my phone. He came out with like a cookie, like a blue puff crown around his face. Arms and on his legs. I'm like, this man look like Cookie Monster for real. But he came in there. He's really a monster in the ring. And I said, pause if I say anything suspect. But yeah.
Daddy, you just bother yourself for no reason.
I just say, it's like just so sweet.
Look, Tank came with newly found energy that he didn't have the first time they were supposed to fight at the press conference.
Are you about to get your conspiracy bag?
I don't know get my conspiracy bag, but I'm gonna point out a few things. And he says, Tank, that he's mad that people are talking over social media. And people talk on social media, but when you get in their face, the energy is different. That's what he said, right? Kind of like how he does with Floyd Mayweather. He says something about Floyd, and then he deletes it. Then he says something about Floyd Mayweather again on Twitter or on social media, and then he deletes it. Well, are you saying that to Floyd's face? Because when you're in Floyd's face, all you do is really say nothing and say, yes, sir, no, sir. Thank you, sir. But I digress. I'll move on to this. What do you want Rolly to do? Rolly's in a lose-lose situation. When he was bringing the smoke to Tank, Tank wasn't saying nothing. Before the press conference, Tank posted on social media that Rolly sucks and he shouldn't be fighting Rolly. And it was his last fight with Mayweather Promotions and his contract was up. So he fears that they're trying to set him up to lose to Rolly so they can make Rolly a superstar. The same Rolly that he just said was garbage, though. But you can't have it both ways. Like, in all fairness, they've been feeding you, mediocre fights the entire time you've been on Mayweather Promotions, which is why you've only been secondary champion. You haven't been actual champion, right? So Rolly just is par for the course based on what you've been fighting. And in fact, Rolly to me is a step up over Isaac Cruz because Isaac Cruz took the fight on short notice. Still gave you all you can handle. So I don't really know what, in fact, Tank is talking about. Now, he feels like they're trying to sabotage him by giving him the same type of fights they've been giving him since he's been on Mayweather Promotions. Also, he claims that Rolly's a bum. So he shows up at this press conference, right? And he's all this energy. He's calling Rolly all types of B words. He's in Rolly's face. Some people will see that and say, oh, Tank got him. I see it as fear. I see it as like the dog, the little, you ever notice, like you ever go on like an elevator or walk by dogs, the big dogs who can bite you and like end you, they wait. They just look at you like, what is he going to do? All right, cool. You know, the little dogs always bark at everything because they're afraid everything's going to hurt them. That's what I saw Tank doing, barking at everything. While Rolly was more concerned with his outfit and his giant glasses and whatever. But listen to what Rolly said. What Tank was saying was you're a B and you're all types of this. What Rolly was saying was actual substance. Rolly was saying, you trying to get out of the fight. You trying to get out of the fight. And Rolly said to him in his face, I'm going to knock you out. And trust me, in my experience, when I seen two dudes arguing, not even in my experience, go pull this up on social media. Whenever you see two people arguing and one guy is really loud, it seems like the person who's really loud is about to win the fight, but majority of the time that person don't win.
Exactly.
It's the person who's quiet, because the person who's quiet's like as soon as ready. Now they say it's like, yeah, Rolly was talking trash, but Rolly talked trash with the same tone that he did when Tank was in front of him. This was Tank out of character. And like Trill said, if he's going to do that, if he's going to be that hyped up in the ring to knock out Rolly, that's all Rolly needs. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of like Angel Garcia when he got Amir Khan so worked up to knock out Danny Garcia. And Amir Khan was beating Danny Garcia, but he wanted to knock Danny out so bad, Danny caught him with a left hook.
Got something to say. Go ahead, Dad.
Maybe Rolly don't know how to talk trash.
What?
I'm just saying. You know them people who know how to just talk trash. They know how to talk
Rolly's
trash.
Been on fire on Tank. He know how to talk trash.
Maybe he don't know. I don't know.
He wasn't trying to mess up that much. He knew how they do them chumped up charges on him the last time.
Maybe.
He knew how they do them chumped up charges on him the last time.
Rolly feels like they're looking for any reason to cancel me. I'm just going to stay still.
That's what Rolly had to say. He said, "Don't. I'm good." Rolly said, "I'm good. He's him."
Maybe
he's trying to get out the fight. I'm good.
Maybe he's poking the wrong bear. That's what I'm saying. The
beauty of this is they're going to get in the ring and they're going to fight anyway. You understand? But Tank came with all types of energy. Like Trill said, he wants to take it to the streets. Rolly never said anything about the streets. Anything Rolly ever said about Tank was he's going to knock him out. He knows how to beat him. He's a little dwarf. He never said anything gangster. He never said he was going to harm anyone in Tank's family. He never said he was going to take
talk about I'm gonna bring it to your whole crew.
Yeah. Tank went with it with like a dude in the park. You know what it's like. We've been at the park. We've been at the park playing ball. And there'll be that dude who tries to get physical and try to intimidate you. Yeah. Trill knows this about me. Hold on. If you say anything to me or you threaten me, Trill knows about me. I'm gonna run into you hard and just knock you over. You know, G knows this. Like I'm just gonna knock you over. So then I want to see what you're gonna do. If you threaten me, I'm gonna see what you're gonna do. Then they'll get. Remember, this guy got up and he's like, "Oh, he's talking, yelling while walking away and said, and I'm gonna come back here and air out the whole block." And there's like 20 dudes out there. We're all playing ball and we're like, "See ya." You know why? Someone who's gonna air out the block
ain't gonna
yell that. He's not gonna yell that. He wasn't gonna do nothing but go in his room and cry. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes the person barking, sometimes you barking way too much. And Tank with the going street, whatever. And I'm not saying Tank. I think Tank. Remember, originally I thought Rolly was food. I was with G. He was a Cuban hot pocket. It was Tank's actions that made me feel otherwise. It was Tank's actions that made me feel otherwise. Go ahead, Ned. You like you want to get
you just said that. What you just said, I'm going off what you just said, but I had some more thing. Rolly has been doing all the barking, and Tank has got out of composure. Like every fight, Tank doesn't say much. Tank just walks in silent. He's a silent killer. That's what I like about Tank. He's a little reckless sometimes, but he's durable. Like he's done took some mean shots to the pause.
Yo, man, you gotta chill.
I gotta chill, bro. But I ain't gonna say he took some mean shots to the face. Pause. But you know, Tank is very durable. Tank is like everything. He knows how to face the adversity. And Rolly, like when I say he doesn't know how to talk trash, it's that person who's like, yeah, he think he meaning bad to somebody step to him. And Tank is the dude to step to him. And I feel like Tank's really ready to knock his block off. Yeah. So
bro, you do know this, and I'm just saying, you know, like it's not easy to stay calm in the face of chaos unless you have no fear.
Yes.
Yo, you gotta see, and this is a little bit of flip flopping from my TBE. It was kind of like the situation, you know what I'm saying? Nah, not the TBE. Excuse me. It was like the situation with
Mark, hold up. Mark, watch your mouth. I didn't say nothing. Pause. I'm just pausing because it's a training, it's
that confidence that we see Marshall had against TBE's girl.
Pause, then speak. Like, come
you see that certain type of confidence? like Rolly had that certain type of confidence where he talked his mess. They talked their mess during the podium. Then it was his time to face off. He was calm. He was looking right in his eyes. And he was telling them, I'm going to knock you out. You're a dwarf. You had a hard time. You had a hard time with Isaac Cruz. He was telling them this stuff calm. While Tank is jumping up, getting on his tippy toes, yelling in his face, trying to spin in his face, yelling. And he was just telling them the whole time, you ain't no gangster, you're Fury. You're Fury. Stop acting like you ain't a gangster, you're Fury. So, you know what I'm saying? The whole time he was calm. He was calm, cool, and collective. Like when Savannah Marshall approached Carissa Shields. Carissa Shields was yelling, talking all that mess. And she whispered in the ear, she's like, you know I'm going to stop you, right? And smiled at her. Same thing Rolly was like, don't try to get out of this fight. You trying to get out of this fight, ain't you? I just see there's a lot of confidence. It's different.
I just feel we split on this decision.
It could be split, but I just think people are gashing it saying like Rolly got punked. Look at Manny Pacquiao. Yo, Pacquiao be letting these dudes talk.
Pacquiao gets punked all the time.
Yeah, everyone in the world punks Pacquiao at the press conference. I just want to make a good fight. Yo, I'm telling you, dog, watch the moment that bell rings, though. Like, look at Pacquiao's face. Like, that is a man who showed up.
He remembers everything you said.
Yep. Like you saw what Keith Thurman did to him. Pacquiao's gentleman went and got a dog named it Thurman. Named it Keith or something. Right? Named it Thurman. Got a dog named it Thurman. Bro, a lot of killers aren't going buck. Yo, Andre Ward's another one. Andre Ward only got verbal one time. but it was because he needed to let Crusher know. He
I
needed
got
yo,
you.
Andre, and even then, Andre Ward wasn't barking no gangster stuff. Andre Ward was just saying to Kovalev, like, yo, I'm not a guy who's afraid of you. Like, so if you think that this whole Crusher stuff's going to get to me, it's not. If Tank was saying stuff like that, cool. He being all emotional and yelling and thugging it out. Like, bro, you about to make millions for a fight. That's not thug stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Ho said, could make 40 off a brick, but one rhyme can beat that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you about to do numbers. What you talking like you out there selling bricks for? Come on, man.
Hold on. I got one quick question, yo. Y'all brother Pacquiao Ugas. This is for G.
Yo, another thing. Now, basically, what Kaden was saying, just to wrap it up, everything you were saying, bro, because you throwing combinations and people really ain't really receiving it. Basically, what bro was saying in layman's terms, gangsters move in silence.
Big facts. But I still got issues. I gotta ask this question, G. When Pacquiao Ugas happened, who did you pick?
I picked Ugas.
You sure?
Yeah,
he picked Ugas.
Yeah,
and I was gonna say this was gonna vindicate you. This was gonna vindicate you from this curse.
Thank you, man.
But we gotta play the footage back. We gotta play this footage back.
How would it vindicate G from the curse?
Hey, stop talking.
When the curse is about heavyweight,
No. It's not heavyweights.
No, it's about heavyweights.
It's about certain fighters.
This is a concept. This is a
about
concept
fighters.
that's too difficult for you to understand.
No, it's not.
Listen, stop it, Ned. Listen. Stay, do what you do.
Stay in your lane.
Bro, nobody ever said that G's picks are always wrong. They said it's wrong in the heavyweight division. Do you not understand that?
Yeah, I get you.
Pacquiao is a welterweight.
Welterweight.
No, you remember when we first started scoring the fighters' power, and you gave Manny Pacquiao 52 for power because you were comparing it to his power, to heavyweight power, to AJ's power? That's what you're doing again, kind of.
No.
We're talking about the heavyweight division. We're talking about G's prediction record in the heavyweight division, not the welterweight division, not the lightweight division.
Philippines, my hands are up. Don't shoot.
my man Francisco Cruz, he just said Ned really trying to get out the push-ups.
Yo, G, he dead wrong, but G's trying to be like, yeah, bro.
I was saying, I heard Ugas Pacquiao.
We used to do that same stuff when we used to argue about Wilder in the YMCA. And dudes will come in with some terrible logic, but they'll support Wilder. G be like, yeah, listen to him.
Right? I'm just saying. Who do you pick? If he picked Pacquiao, I mean, like, I was gonna roast him for a little bit, but if he picked Ugas, he was consistent. But it don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, at this point, next topic.
Hold on, before we go on to the next topic, y'all must have forgot a video that I would like to share. Never forget. Hold on 1 second. Just remember this video right here.
If he's going well, I think he's going well.
Never forget. Never forget.
You can't see the video.
Bro.
Stop. My ears went deaf. I didn't hear anything but nothing, huh?
Yeah, why won't let me share, man? It's on I lost permission. Whatever. I was showing
that last time, bro. I think you got to do what we had to do, like grant those permissions. Yeah, I think you got to do that. Yeah.
All right, I was showing y'all the video of Tank tap dancing in his kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, son. Don't play Tank like he's sweet, yo.
I'm saying when Tank put on them special shoes. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So
when you meet Tank and he don't shake your hand, that's your fault, yo. You chose to this moment.
Yo, bro, who wants to shake these dudes' hands like that? Why you think like?
I'm just saying, yo, it's a moment of respect.
They gonna want to shake our hand.
Yeah, true.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying, yo. These oh man, yo.
Yo, and you know what's crazy? I appreciate the support, G son. However, I'm like, what's that got to do with the topic you just talking about?
Oh, hold on a second. G, I'm sorry. What you saying, G?
I was just saying, like, why did Dad even throw me that alley-oop? I'm like, I appreciate the effort, my son.
I thought you would have said I picked Pacquiao, yo, and I was like, damn, I was gonna bother you, but I respect it.
G, this is what you showing, G.
I'm gonna watch the video back.
Hey, look, this is Javante.
When he puts on them shoes, man.
Hold on. Pause. Time out. Time out.
Bro,
hey.
Can I say this?
He had on the big shoes then, and he had on the big shoes when he went to see Rolly.
He had on Zaddy shoes. He had on his Zaddy shoes.
Time out. The views.
Zaddy shoes.
Can I get a disclaimer? The views and opinions of G, Kaden, and Trill do not reflect the TV.
Yo, yes, that's a real video.
It is real. It is real.
On the bigger version.
It is real. But you know, my man, he's having fun, yo. You live in lavish. You got you
having fun.
You want to party.
I'll lay that down, yo.
Real G is when Wilder was twerking in that video. And G was like, yo, I never co-signed what he did outside the ring. But inside the ring.
Fighters live their life, but he's a dedicated fighter to training and being when he shows up in the ring. And now that video does not explain who Tank is as a fighter inside the ring. Tank is a different animal in the ring. He may be a different animal outside the ring. But that just
the shoes was hanging off his foot. God, come on. Yo, wait, Ned, stop it, yo, Ned. You putting on another man's shoes that are way bigger than yours.
Security. I'm chucking up. He saw security guard shoes, and he was like, I can.
So you going to tap dance in another grown man's shoes in your underwear?
You said it was security. You heard, Ned.
It's security, yo.
Security.
Yo, pause yourself.
I wear a size 14. You see how big that is? In Tank, you could tap dance all day in these. No homo.
Whoa. The views in
That does not reflect the views of the boxing bros at all. You know what I'm saying? Watch your mouth, man. Damn. Yo, Ned, you good?
I'm good.
Yo, we moving on because Ned done lost his rabbit.
You hear what TBE just said? He can tap dancing to his heart.
Yo,
the hero.
Come on.
Now we see why Ned's going so hard for him. Pun intended. Pun intended.
My hands up.
Pun intended.
My hands up. Yo, come on, son.
My hands up. To my place.
My hands up. My hands up. Yeah, at this point,
Jacob said Ned needs to be silenced ASAP. I agree. We're moving on.
Ned, man,
we silence it, man.
You're a different breed.
Ned, a wild boy. TV, a wild boy.
Hands up. I'm sorry.
Dancing my shoes any day.
Yo, wait. No, but G, you had one similar to that.
No, I did not. Never.
Yes, it was about Andy Ruiz. What did he say? It was about Andy Ruiz.
Yo, with legs like that, he could walk with me any day.
Legs like that, he could walk with me any day. You said that.
Hold on. It still ain't as suspect as what Ned just said. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. If there was like a measurement of Paul's worthiness, Ned took the cake right there, man.
Ned's going for the lifetime achievement.
Pause. Super Saiyan pause, man.
No, I'm telling you, Ned's going for the lifetime achievement award. That's what he's going for. Y'all ready?
I don't know if that flag is white he waving. I don't know.
Oh shit! Oh man!
Yo, y'all man!
Oh shit!
We gotta move on, man. We moving on. This is too much. All right. Troy Stevenson says Rolly is one of the worst boxers in the sport. Let's take a listen.
Oh.
Horrible, just horrible. I apologize.
This is my first time speaking to you since the birth of your daughter, Leilani.
I think it's like 128. This is a video from Fight Hype.
Come April 30th.
Are you subscribed? Are you subscribed?
Shakur, man, just before I get out of here, your thoughts on Rolly and Tank? You know, Rolly likes to talk. He talked about your fight with Valdez. How do you see that fight?
Tank by knockout. I think Rolly suck. I think he's like one of the worst boxers in boxing. Like I feel like he don't fight nobody, but he's getting an opportunity, I guess, right now. He don't fight anybody. When he had a hard fight, he lost. You want to talk about how I look in my fight with Nakatiya, where I won every round. But he fought that dude, and he clearly lost the fight, and they gave him the fight. So that was a bad night for him. A bad night for me is me dominating. You ain't hear nobody saying Nakatiya got robbed or nothing like that. So I watched him fight. I'm not impressed. I think he garbage. He needed to stop talking shit. He talked a bunch of shit, and now in due time, Tank gonna put him to sleep. I can't wait.
Lastly on that fight, though, what's the chance it's a Mayorga syndrome where it's like this dude don't do nothing right, but you get caught, you know, because he's awkward and strong.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing about him. He do fight kind of like Mayorga. He awkward, like you said, a little strong. But that skill pay the bill, man. I feel like Tank's skillful. Tank gonna use his skill, set him up with a big shot. It may even be a body. I hope it's a body shot. I pray it's a body shot. I feel like a body shot show a lot of bitching a lot of people. So I hope he hit him with a good body shot and drop it.
Mm-hmm. Again, we apologize for the language. You know, anytime we play a video and it's about a fighter speaking, you know, it may be some profanities coming out of their mouth. But I'm gonna turn it over to you, G. Shakur Stevenson says Rolly is one of the worst boxers in the sport. What are your thoughts on that?
I actually agree with him. And now I'm being honest. Rolly literally has two left feet, and we see it in the ring. His coordination is horrible. However, Rolly does have power. So I think he makes where he lacks in actual boxing skill, he makes it up in power. So I think if Rolly just bullies Tank in the ring, he has a chance. But if Tank goes, hey, I know this guy has power, so I'm going to actually box, Rolly's going to have a tough night. So I agree 1,000% with Shakur. Like, man, I said this before about Rolly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Rolly's skill is really, really suspect. And he literally cannot move in the ring. He has a problem, you know? And I think any boxer with two eyes can see that. But again, you know, I kind of feel like it's a little different when a guy like Rolly and a guy like Tank, where they have like that bad blood and that experience with one another. Maybe Rolly does have something against Tank, or maybe Rolly sees something that he could expose that other fighters haven't done. You know, and let's just be real. This is the situation with Tank is Tank's not like he's fighting the best of the best in the division. You know what I'm saying? He's comfortable fighting like the second tier guys. So maybe Rolly's like, hey, you know what? I could provide that elite level competition to Tank. Not saying Rolly is, but I'm saying maybe that's what Rolly's thinking in his mind. And that could play into the fight. Like, Tank is kind of acting out of character. So he might kind of be a little shook of Rolly. I'm not saying he's scared of him, but it could be a different type of energy, you know, in comparison to the Isaacs and the what's that tall dude that just got beat by Thurman and stuff. I'll be forgetting his name, but you know, like these type of
Mario Barrios.
Yeah, so like these type of guys, they don't even have that gift of gab. They're not getting into Tank's skin, under Tank's skin mentally. They're not really saying stuff to really bother him or possibly get him out of his A game. But Rolly's doing that. So if Tank isn't like coming in there with the right mindset, this could mess up his game plan, or he might just be that angry and that frustrated at Rolly, where the strategy is, I'm just gonna knock this guy out and play right into Rolly's hands. But if Tank comes in there like a boxer, Shakur's 100% correct. Rolly doesn't have that boxing skill. Rolly has the bully style down packed, but what's a bully style to a boxer?
All right, dollar bill.
Shakur says Rolly is one of the worst boxers in the sport. It's a little jealousy there. Maybe because Rolly's already fighting on pay-per-view and you're not. You know, there's a little animosity there. And I know, you always throw jabs at Rolly because he's not in the group. He don't click up. You know, that's what it is. All of these guys, they click up. You know, and Rolly done said this before. He don't get no love from certain Latin things because he got African American, and then he got certain African Americans don't mess with him because he got certain Latin. It's weird. Rolly don't got a home, so it's easy to hate on when you're different. You dig? And when they say that he's the worst boxer ever, or they don't like his style is effective for him. Like people used to diss. I remember back in the days they used to diss my man Sergio Martinez because of the way he used to fight. I remember before he knocked out Paul Williams. People had a issue with the way he used to fight, how he had his hands down and chin out, stuff like that. The soccer player. You know, am I getting his name right? Right? Sergio Martinez.
Right? Yep.
Yeah. People talked about the way he used to box. People talk about the way what's the Tyson Fury box, their turkey jerky style. People talk about Mayorga. People always talk about, but did it work for them? Did they make it work for them? And they did. It's effective for Rolly. It got him on a pay-per-view fight. He got himself there. He stopped guys. He got power. These guys talk trash, right? But then when somebody asks, but he got this. They just don't like him personally. But they got to admit that the boy is strong and he punches like a mule. You know? I think what Shakur Stevenson needs to do is get some of that off his heart. And he needs to focus on Oscar Valdez. Get the hate off your heart and focus on Oscar Valdez. Because if you get punched by Oscar, you will not be the same. You need to focus on Oscar Valdez and stop worrying about fanboying for Tank and everybody over there. You worry about your situation in front of you. Rolly going to handle business. I think the problem is we'll see about this skill of Rolly with more fights to come. But so far, it's got him to pay-per-view.
All right, TBE.
And shout out to Ricardo Mayorga, who had an awkward style, which is not like a Rolly's. It's just awkward, and they see the way he talks and the way he acts sometimes, so they try to, mimic a Ricardo Mayorga. But Ricardo Mayorga was a different type of fighter. He used to come in with windmills and stuff. Rolly does set certain things up. I'm sorry.
Rolly's good at using that elbow, I'll say that.
It's like Floyd was.
All right. We usually have a segment called when a fighter wins their fight, or if they have a coming out. This is Rolly's coming out party because he's not ranked in the top 10 in Shakur Stevenson's division or in Tank's division. But I just want to ask, I'm not going to do Rolly versus the top 10. I'm just going to do Rolly versus the top 5. And I want y'all honest opinion. Rolly versus George Kambosos, who y'all got?
I got Kambosos.
I mean, I'll lean towards Kambosos.
Oh, sure. I think I want your answer too.
Oh, what was that?
Rolly versus top 5. Rolly versus Kambosos.
What about it?
Who do you got? If there was to fight.
I don't know.
Rolly versus
I got Rolly.
Rolly versus Vasily. G.
Hey, yo, stop these questions.
Don't even ask a dumb question. That's a dumb question.
No, my point is.
That's a dumb question. Yo, just for the record, I'll pick Vasily to beat Shakur. I'll pick Vasily to beat all the
Vasily beats every last one of them.
So what's your point?
Loma beats everybody at 135.
So you're not really making some great point right now.
I'm just saying, he ain't the worst in the sport. He's the worst in his division. Because I'm saying he's not.
You need all that to make that
point. I'm just saying he ain't rolling. I don't see him rolling through Ryan. I don't see him rolling through Teofimo, which he's gonna move up. I want to see him rolling through Haney. I definitely don't see him rolling through Thing. Vasily is gonna slaughter this kid, and Kambosos is gonna have a play day. So, Rolly, I like you. I sound like G, man. I don't like sounding like
you don't like him.
I don't like
you're trying to sound like G.
I like Rolly.
Only fueling his argument that he's your daddy, but go ahead.
You know,
this ain't it. This ain't your best look.
He's like, what would G say?
I like Rolly. Like, don't get it twisted. Rolly is he's a great person. He's a great boxer. He's a great character for boxing. He brings so much to the sport that we need to appreciate these type of characters when they come into the sport because they entertain us. But Rolly, you got the skills to entertain us. You ain't got the skills to do what it gotta do. If you surprise me on Boxing Day, when it comes down in the ring, when it's all said and done, you win. All praise be to Rolly. But yo, man, I don't see what my co-hosts see, and I'm not no disrespect to you as a boxer. Like, you do this for a living. Listen, you do this for a living.
Predictions. I'm just saluting Rolly.
No, respect
on his accomplishments and how he got here. We're talking about Rolly right now with 14 fights, and he's fighting on pay-per-view.
Yeah, he's fighting on paper. He
got everybody at arms. All these guys with all these belts, all these great promoters behind him.
Just like David Ruffin said, they ain't come to see you, Rolly. They ain't come to see you. All right? They ain't come to see you. And I respect you earned your way. But this is gonna be a different type of fight. And I'm just like, if you win, I'll run down the street naked. I swear everything I love. We're gonna have a censored and everything. You know, it's gonna be fan appropriate. But this is not the fight. This is not your time. And you got the time to shine, but this is not your time, Rolly.
Yo, this is like Gail Sayers and R. Kelly, bro.
It's not your time. It's not your time, Rolly. It's not your time.
I'm just waiting for that to be like 30 years of
I just can't buy in. I love Rolly. I love you. I just can't buy in on this fight. I don't think you got what it takes to beat a Tank Davis, because Tank Davis is a solid machine. And time after time we see him slip up against solid opponents. But I think it's food, baby. That's it.
Apparently there's some dude in our comment section named Alex Jones. Alex Jones, are you named after the actual Alex Jones that I'm thinking about? And if so, do you think Ned's comments are because he's been drinking tap water? All right. So the next thing that I'm going to do is just move on and say Shakur is entitled to his opinion. But as Trill stated, right? Is it inspired by the fact he just doesn't like Rolly and Rolly talks a lot of trash? Or is he really being genuine when he says he thinks Rolly is one of the worst fighters? Because immediately after, he gave an attribute that he feels like was good about Rolly, which gives Rolly a chance. Because when they said, does Rolly have a chance? He said, well, yeah, he's strong. And he gave some, keys to victory for Rolly. So in a sense, it just seems like he doesn't like Rolly, which is okay. And Shakur Stevenson is one of the most talented prospects we have in boxing at this particular point in time. He may turn out to be the best. We don't know yet. Time will tell. So compared to Shakur, which may be how he's looking at it, because that's how people tend to look at it, maybe he is thinking that, he's trash compared to me. So I'm not judging it, but I will say this, Rolly's in this position. Rolly's going to fight. And if he's that bad, just beat him.
Little dead egg.
It's the team. Watch your mouth, yeah.
Stay humble's hip.
Oh man. All right, next up. Tank says that Floyd is jealous of him.
All right, so Tank tweeted something and then he deleted it. But you know how that works. Screenshots in the internet, once you press send, especially if you're a famous person, it most likely lives forever. If you have 10 followers like me, you can get away with deleting stuff. All right, so let's go to this. This is from Essentially Sports, which had the screenshot, and as you can see, it's Javante Davis, and he wrote, LOL, N-word had a press conference today and fight on the same day. No matter how much money you have, you can still be jealous of a MF boy. And he's talking about Floyd Money Mayweather, who is having an exhibition, I guess, on the same day he's having his pay-per-view event. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. Tank says Floyd is jealous of him in the tweet, and then he deletes it. What's your reaction to what he said? Do you believe it? And the fact that he tweeted it and then deleted it?
Floyd Jada Mayweather. Look, that's just Floyd. Floyd is not jealous of Tank at all. This is just what Floyd does. You know what I'm saying? Like to say that he's jealous of him, that's weird. He's not jealous of you. This is just what Floyd does. When Canelo got a fight going on, Floyd got to make it. Doesn't matter. Floyd got to make it about himself. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was promoting your fight, you want him there during your fight. You want him there promoting your fight. Only thing he's gonna do is talk about himself. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, we here to promote Tank's fight with Rolly, cause y'all know I used to do record-breaking numbers, and one day these guys could do record-breaking numbers just like how I did." This reminds me of one of the fights I had when I fought Arturo Gatti, and I went to Arturo Gatti's home. I think that Tank had the ability to be like me in everything that I have done. That's Floyd. There's no jealousy there. It's just Floyd wants it all to be about him. And that's how it is. It's not jealousy. It's narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? You know? Floyd wanted to be all about him. And that's how I see it. Word. You know, Ella be on my back right now. Ella be probably would have swung on me.
All right, G.
All right. Jealous, I think is the wrong word, but I could kind of see what people may think that is jealousy. I think Floyd's just self-centered, you know, and a promoter has to remember what's in the best interest of their fighter. Floyd, I think he looks at Tank as, although you're signed to me, you're here to promote me. So at any moment, I'm going to promote myself and what I got going, and I can do that because you work for me. That's how Floyd thinks, you know, like it's kind of like how people used to talk about Diddy, you know what I mean? Where it's like, you just know if you sign to Diddy, Diddy going to get up on that album, he going to do an interlude, he going to do an intro, he going to talk his Diddy talk. In a video, he going to be there shining, dancing, popping bottles. You just know that's what happens when you sign the Bad Boy. It's the same concept with Floyd. Just know Floyd is about himself. And so if you sign to Floyd, you already know what time it is. So I don't think necessarily, because like, think about it. Jealous of what? Right? Like, yo, Floyd got way more money than him. I'm pretty sure has way more cars, pay-per-view numbers, way more, everything, and not to mention everything that Tank has right now is all thanks to Floyd Money Mayweather. You know, so I don't think the correct word is jealous. I just think Floyd is just self-centered. He doesn't view promotion the way that an Eddie Hearn or a Bob Arum would view promoting. He looks at it as, yo, you signed to me, you're going to promote me even on your best day. And that's just who Floyd is. I still think it's wrong, you know, but again, Floyd's been like this. When it came to him being a promo, he's been like this since day one. Tank knows this ain't nothing new. So I'm kind of like, Tank, man, you already know what it is with Floyd, so you shouldn't be surprised right now. It just is what it is.
TVE.
Thanks, Rachel. He's all up in your videos dancing.
Thank you, Rich. If you're tired of your promoter all up in your videos, your press conferences, taking credit for your fights and wins, sign to the zone, you know, because that's where you need to be.
Yo, Eddie just as bad. Don't stop it. Eddie's everywhere. Eddie's always the one behind the face-off staring at the fighters. It's like
even
they're
that,
looking at each other. Eddie's looking at both of them like.
And Eddie always quoting AJ, and AJ be like, "Yo, I never said that."
I know. Eddie does. This is what he told me. Okay, this is what he told me. Okay.
Eddie said if Tank becomes a free agent, he's gonna pursue him aggressively in that type of manner, right?
Sound like the TBE.
Facts.
TBE was thinking that too.
I was saying, Tank, you know the grass is greener. They always say the grass is greener, so the grass is greener. But you know, is Floyd jealous? No. Self-centered, yes. Spiteful, maybe. Hey, maybe. Did he plan the exhibition on the same day his fighter has a fight? Maybe. Did he want to sell more money, sell more pay-per-views than his fighter? Yes. But you know, it's a business, man. You can't get mad at business. It's just the day. It's like the only day was available for him was the day you had to fight. If you're gonna leave him, maybe Floyd had to stick the knife in your back, Tank, and you know that just shows you loyalty ain't everything. And if they loyal, they ain't loyal. That's it. Yeah, you know, I'm just like I'm just shocked at this news at first because this is the first. I didn't know Floyd. Who's Floyd fighting in this exhibition?
I don't know, some dude.
Some dude. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And you know, he just had a breath. I saw him. He was like, yo, I'm 40 something. And he was doing the speed bag and he was going crazy in the gym. I'm like, Floyd, yo, you look good for a man over 40. So if you still got it, you we got our views, man. But it is what it is.
You know, this is sad to me. Because I think this is petty thinking. And I'm not necessarily sure that it's Tank or the people around him, but Tank, you need to elevate yourself. And what I mean by that is Floyd is having an exhibition on the same day as you or a week before, right? Or something like that. I don't know. He said it was the same day. I think it's actually like 2 weeks before. But let's say hypothetically it was on the same day. I believe this exhibition is going to be in another part of the country. So by the time Floyd takes the ring, it would probably be before you took the ring. Right? How much is this exhibition going to be? And are you saying this is going to cut into your pay-per-view sales? Again, right? Floyd fighting 2 weeks, a week before your fight doesn't necessarily mean someone who was going to pay for Floyd's fight was going to pay for your fight or vice versa. Floyd is living off of something you don't have yet. Legendary status. It's the same reason why Mike Tyson and Roy Jones can fight each other and get paid. It's the same reason why Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. can fight and get paid. It's the same reason why Evander Holyfield got sparked out in one round, but he still could do an exhibition and get paid. There were two people who they stopped from doing exhibitions after Holyfield got sparked out, which was Big Daddy Riddick Bowe and James Lights Out Tony. Again, two legendary fighters who can get paid off their name. You, Gervonta Tank Davis, are no Floyd. So you even thinking that somehow he's taking things away from you. Oh, salute to my brother Protag. I'm happy to see that you're tutoring, my brother. You're great at that, man. I hope you stick with that 100. You know what I mean? Salute to that brother. That brother helped my sister get into college, by the way. But so salute to that brother Protag, one of the smartest math brothers in the game. Like he's up here, and then I'm like right here. He's up here, and I'm like right here. But on a good day, I'm like right here. All right. Anyways, getting back to it though. Like Tank needs to think about this. Floyd used his legendary status to bring in superstars to your fight. Mm-hmm. When you see Magic Johnson at your fight, when you see Shaquille O'Neal, when you see all these celebrities at your fight, Jamie Foxx, Rewind the tape to before you were ever a thought in anyone's mind. They all used to come out to see Floyd. Floyd used his status with these people to co-sign you, to put his stamp on you, to bring all these people out to watch you. And now you say he's jealous of you. I don't know if I would say Floyd is a petty promoter for the same reason why, for the reasons why Trill stated. He's always been that guy. It has always been Floyd's in a room, everyone has to be beneath him. And for that record, they said that about a lot of other great fighters. They say Sugar Ray Robinson always had to have an entourage. They said Muhammad Ali, when he was in the room, he was shining. He had to be, the biggest star in the room. These fighters go to the gym by themselves. They work out by themselves. This isn't a team. They don't got brothers. They don't do anything. Like, the best fighters have a lonely road. It's part of the reason why I stopped boxing and playing football, because when I was going to these tournaments that were in Rhode Island, in New Hampshire, my friends were all staying in my town on Friday nights playing football, playing basketball in front of everyone. And I was at these tournaments by myself. So it hits different. If I wanted friends, if I wanted brothers, if I wanted a social life, I had to do what everyone else was doing. Think of Floyd, arguably the best fighter of his generation, dedicating himself to his craft since he was a kid. And it's just him doing all the things in the gym and nobody else is around. Now you take that socially awkward kid who had to be self-centered his whole life and tell him it has to be about other people. Even Oscar has a hard time with that. Remember when Canelo was going to fight Floyd? Remember, Oscar, I'm going to take my fight, pull it out the vault. I'm going to give him the blueprint. Except one thing, Oscar, you freaking lost. So it's not really the blueprint. Right? All I'm saying is Tank is choosing to look at this from a perspective of someone who feels like everyone is out to get him. And he's not looking at the things that Floyd Mayweather has done to make him who he is. Like, get him all the easy fights and collect all the secondary belts to promote him as a champion. The article I read called Tank the 4-time champion. He's never won an official title once. So in his mind, he reads that article, he really thinks he's on a level with Floyd. Bro, Floyd's the real deal. The #1 pay-per-view attraction ever. Won the real title. Was the real pound for pound #1. You are the dude he co-signed. And you think that to sabotage you, he's going to make you fight Rolly? To sabotage you, he could have made you fight Nakatani. To sabotage you, he could have made you fight someone better than that. When all is said and done, Floyd is a selfish guy. He's self-centered. He's egotistical. We spoke about this before. If Floyd's not going to upstage you in your press conference, he's going to wear like $5 million worth of jewelry ringside just so they can put the camera on him. That's who he is. But that goes hand in hand with the way he grew up. But at the end of the day, what Tank is missing is you are who you are because this selfish dude who got all the lights on him co-signed you. So every now and then you got to stroke his ego. That's what we all have to do with our bosses. Pause, though. I don't like the way that sounded. But every now and then, you know your boss is wrong. You know you're right. But you got to say, my bad. You know you're right, though. But you're not going to challenge the boss. Why? You show that respect. Everyone's been through it. So for that reason, I can't ride with him and saying that Floyd's jealous. Does Floyd do things that are annoying? Does Floyd step on his toes a little bit? Does Floyd take the spotlight more than I like? Yes, absolutely. I caught that out before he ever wrote that. Me and Trill, we be making jokes about that all the time. That'd be our little inside joke. We be pretending to be Floyd and upstage. That's what we do. Like, that's what he does. Yeah, that's nice little numbers, you know what I'm saying? Remind me of the time when I had my first pay-per-view, but I still did 150 more, though. Yeah, I gave Tank one of my old Phantoms, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really need. Yeah, I know he does that. But at the end of the day, did that Phantom help you? Would you have that Phantom without him? No. So Is that really jealousy?
All right, let's get to this next one.
Oh yeah,
Brothers exhibition.
Floyd Mayweather is having an exhibition, and you asked a great question, Ned. Who is he fighting? We'll find out right now. All right,
Poor Floyd got to take this fight so he can pay Tank anyway. That's why Floyd taking this fight.
Oh man, for some reason this article is giving me a tough time coming up. Let me try to open it one more time. He got to do this to pay Tank. And Tank's still ungrateful. All right, I'm gonna try to pull up another article on the spot. Geez. What's the news about this fight? All right, here we go. He's fighting Don Moore. That's who he's fighting. And it's going to be in Dubai. So definitely a different time zone than USA boxing. Boxing legend is returning to the ring once again with very little stakes or risk. Floyd Mayweather just can't seem to use news. Next exhibition, May 14th. That's the day? Is that the same day? Sounds like it is, right? Are y'all there?
Yo, we here.
I'm checking. Let me check. Give me a second.
Okay. So it's May 14th fight with Don Moore will take place on a helicopter landing pad in Dubai. Floyd Mayweather held a press conference on Thursday confirming reports of the exhibition. Moore is an undefeated professional boxer who holds an 18-0-1 record, though he has not fought since 2016, which was also his first fight since November 2013. So he had a 3-year layoff, and then he fought one time in 2016, and he's been off ever since then. He also was the only fight scheduled for more than 6 rounds once as a professional. Oh, he only fought more than 6 rounds once as a professional. The exhibition with Mayweather is scheduled as an 8-round fight with no word on whether there will be any round-by-round scoring. So that's the information there.
Yeah.
Tank's fight on 28th.
Yeah. Tank versus May 28th. Floyd Mayweather
May
14th.
2 weeks beforehand, and one's in Dubai and the others in the States. Go ahead.
Nah, it's just so Mayweather could throw in his face like, yeah, I fought the 14th and sold more than you. So, you know.
So what are you talking about? It's in Dubai, bro.
I'm saying I fought the 14th and sold more than you. Go on.
Yo, does he really need to do this to say that?
That's what I'm saying.
One of his fights probably would sell more than what Tank is going to sell in his entire career. He can just pick. He has like 3 fights he can pick that would sell more than Tank's going to sell in his whole career.
Oh, so dude, who is this guy again that Mayweather's fighting?
He's a former professional fighter who's undefeated.
Oh, okay.
He last fought in 2016, and before that fight, he only fought in 2013. So he fought in 2013, had a layoff, then fought in 2016, and hasn't fought since. And he's never fought past 6 rounds his entire professional career. And his name is Don Moore. What's your reaction to that, G, the exhibition? And the whole fact that the exhibition is taking place 2 weeks before Tank.
All right, yo, this sounds, I don't know if y'all gonna agree with me, but I think somebody said this. I can't remember who. It might have been Irish Boston. Yo, Floyd might be broke, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say like broke, but in comparison to wealthy broke, he might just be wealthy broke. Meaning the amount of expenses that he has is just too overwhelming for the lifestyle that he lives. So he has to do these odd fights just to cover his expenses, you know. And we do know he does owe Logan Paul a couple of M's. So maybe he's doing this to get some more bread to cover his lifestyle, you know. So even if Like, you know, this was intentional around Tank's fight. Tank, you can't be mad because Floyd may have to do this to pay them bills to pay your purse. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Now, in regards to Floyd fighting this guy, I don't know how to feel about it because I don't know who this dude is. But if the Sultan, like over there in Dubai, is willing to pay for a Floyd fight to fight whoever this guy is, hey man, I can never get mad at free money. Floyd, get your coins. So it just is what it is. But I would like to know who you're fighting, because it's kind of weird. I don't really see this as a threat. So I don't think Floyd's going to use this fight to brag in Tank's face. I think this is more like, hey, like the businessman in Dubai is like, hey, they're showing off to their peoples, to their investors, like, yo, we have Floyd Mayweather, the legend here, so that's more like a thing that's just going to be popping in Dubai. But I don't even know what network here in the U.S. will pick up that fight. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be like, yo, we gotta get this fight, Floyd, please. Like, how much you need? It's not that serious. So
no time will probably show it.
Maybe so, but I don't think it's like one of those like, oh my goodness, this is going to interfere with Tank's pay-per-view numbers at all. Like, I don't see how this even plays a factor. So I kind of think Tank, when he wrote that tweet, or if he wrote on Instagram, whatever, maybe he jumped the gun. And I think it was wise for him to delete that. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm
thinking though, right? That's what it gets to. You let the pettiness, let the people chirping around you get you to do something before you actually react with your mind and verify and look into.
You bigger than Floyd.
We don't need him, baby.
Yeah, no, I didn't read the comments, man, Mr. T. So please give me a second. I'll run.
Go ahead, TV. Go ahead, TV. Go ahead.
All I gotta say is money, 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 and that's all Floyd is after, man. Because this is, I don't see who, like, I don't know, man. This is like Don Moore. Who knows who this guy is? Like, I'm like, he fought. I can't call any of his fights. I don't even remember.
I guess they're saying that's Floyd Mayweather's old sparring partner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I looked it up. I looked him up. He fought like Caden said. He fought in 2016 against Deshaun Williams, who was 5-16-1, and his phone for that was 16-14. He had this. This is a money grab. This is nothing to. I don't know. I didn't hear about this till now, and I don't think it's something worth paying for. Like, I'm not gonna pay for this pay-per-view. I'm gonna holler at G because G know the guy who got the links. And
watch your mouth. Now you snitching. I don't know nobody that has no Floyd.
Oh, my bad, yo, my bad.
You've always supported.
My bad.
So watch your mouth.
I just want to say that since we've been doing this show, I've been having a lot of fun, and I really like you two. And if you two ever come up missing, I'm gonna really be sad.
Yeah, G.
How you done that?
I'm almost, but I'm just saying, this doesn't look like Don Moore. Doesn't look like a fight worth paying for. I don't know who in Saudi Arabia is backing this fight, but I'm saying you being bamboozled, man. Whatever Ford got you sipping, got you dripping, because this is not it.
Stop it.
This is not it.
Ain't nothing wrong with no easy money. Nothing wrong with no easy money.
Go ahead, Trill. Get in there, Trill.
All I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with no easy money. You know what I'm saying? Floyd just picking up a quick, easy bag real fast. And he's putting some money in his friend's pockets. That's his old sparring partner that he rock with. Dude probably low on the funds, so he said, this is how fighters help each other. You heard Mike Tyson. This is how fighters help other fighters. You know what I'm saying? You get them a fight. And Floyd's good for taking care of old sparring partners and people he's been in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? So this is probably what that is. And you know what I'm saying? It's just some easy money. Like when he fought the Asian kid. He went over there and grabbed
tension.
Yeah, he grabbed a couple 4 M's, you know what I'm saying, real fast. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple more M's on the back door, you know what I'm saying, on the back end. But, you know, this is just easy money. I can't get mad at that. And it's going to help pay, you know what I'm saying, Tank for his fight. Because you know them numbers.
All right, go ahead, Nate.
Trill, are you going to pay for this fight?
Whose fight? Whose fight? I wish Floyd all the well. And listen, he don't need it. They got all that oil money. They paying Floyd with all that oil money. It's good over there. They good. They don't need our little couple dollars for pay-per-view.
I don't think it'll be pay-per-view. If Showtime picks up, they're gonna show it for free.
This is what G was saying that I agree with. This is just, you know, people over there showing out, showing they got a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I could have bought a cheetah, but I brought Floyd over. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But
remember, it ain't tricking if you got it.
You know exactly.
That's what they do.
So I'm not mad with Floyd picking up some easy money. Let Floyd get his bag.
All right.
As far as being broke, though, I don't want to speak on Floyd's money, but I always just know Floyd's the type of person where, you know, if it's some money out there, he gonna go get it.
Yeah, listen, it's a number of things that go through my mind, but first I'll start by saying this. In HBCUs all across the United States of America, if you don't know what HBCU is, it's a historically Black university, a college or university. So here's the thing, right? They're teaching golf to their young businessmen because deals are normally made on a golf course. Like a lot of affluent business people go to the golf course, particularly men go to the golf course, and that's where they make deals. They make deals while shooting around a golf, right? And the reason why I'm bringing that up is Floyd is going to Dubai to have an exhibition on a helicopter landing strip, right? It seems like to me, one, if he does that, it's because the powers that be in Dubai want that to happen, and they want it to happen at that locale. And they want to be able to say, look, we have Floyd fighting here for us. But if Floyd does that, is that not cultivating a relationship with the powers that be in Dubai? And as you've seen, Saudi Arabia has offered a lot of money to host the Anthony Joshua Andy Ruiz rematch. And they always go to Saudi Arabia to offer fights. What if this is a bigger picture type of deal for Floyd, to get in good with the powers that be in Dubai so that he can line Tank up later on for a major fight there with, say, a Ryan Garcia. So he can set him up for a major fight later on down the line in Dubai where they both would make some serious money. That's one, right? You got to understand the business world is about having relationships. It's about having relationships, about knowing people. It's about people. Yo, listen, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's called like Inventing Anna. It's on Netflix, and it's about a young woman who a broke young woman who had no money, who almost made one of the most lucrative deals in history because she just simply was in the right rooms to make connections. So if you're Floyd and you're trying to build someone, right, then that's what you do. You go there and you try to build connections. So maybe that's what Floyd's doing. Another thing that Trill pointed out, which, you know, I agree with, why not take easy money, right? If I play basketball every Thursday at the YMCA, with whomever shows up that day, and someone offers me 5 G's to play in a tournament on a Thursday, why would I say no to that? I do it for free anyway. So why not? If the powers that be in Dubai say, well, you know, we want you to come and have an exhibition and we're going to give you 10 million. And Floyd says, well, who do you want me to fight? You pick him. Great. I'll pick my sparring partner and we'll go fight and I'll give him 500,000 if I feel like, and he's going to be happy with that. And I'm going to pocket the rest. And nothing to do with team. And then in the meantime, you building relationships, you know, I mean, because I want to move on because I know that bro has somewhere to be. The point that I'm making is you got to look deeper and beyond the petty points of views that people are putting out. And Floyd is a businessman, and Floyd is very popular. And let's just be real, Tank is only as popular as he is because he got co-signed by Floyd, and Floyd put his machine behind Tank. So you got to trust, Tank has to trust that it's very, very important to Floyd to make him marketable, to make him rich. Otherwise, it is what it is.
Yeah, they say you say that wrong. Wait, it's Dubai, but you're saying like Dubois kind of.
I don't know. I was saying Dubai, but it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that the pronunciation police are out.
I got one thing to say. Maybe I was looking at it wrong. I might support this fact because maybe Floyd's trying to revolutionize boxing and take it to a different element where the helicopter pad is the nuance. It's like it's the grab. It's what you want to see people fighting on a helicopter pad. What? Maybe Floyd is trying to elevate the sport where it's take it outside inside the stadium to on top of volcano to the Sahara in a cage, things like that. Something that just be like, oh, this is extreme. But I respect it, Floyd. I see what you're doing right now, wrestling had Hell in the Cell, ladder matches, things like that, and parking lot fights. Maybe like this. Maybe this taking the ring, putting the ring in a different era, just changes the thing for boxing.
All right, moving on. You know what I'm saying? All right, this is actually the last topic. So,
geez, I can't even find. I have the wrong link in my thing. Let me pull it real quick. Hold on.
Yo, you say some. Come on. See, I don't like this comment coming from him anyways.
we kind of touched on this anyway, but and Dollar Bill, if you got to run, bro, just let me know. I don't even know why I just did that. I actually, did he leave already?
No, he did.
Okay.
I'm here, bro.
I can also call you first, bro, so you can weigh in first and then take off.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm trying to find. All right, so here we go. This is what Ishe Smith had to say about Floyd Mayweather. He said, "The love isn't pure. Once you realize that, you separate yourself from people. It's always about kissing his A and who can do it better. I got out the way, not built like that. So I chose to make my own bread while others chose to sit at the bottom waiting for crumbs to fall." And then he said, "Real N-word, know what it is. Tank a real one. And I said it a while ago. Surprised it has even lasted this long, honestly. Signing off, though." Then he came back. "I stay out the way and don't comment much about the game. The game is ish now, YouTubers, etc. But when I do try my best to speak what I feel is facts, it's just some real sucker ish to do that to him. But like I said, the love isn't pure. Anyone who thinks it is full of ish." Then he said, "I have a lot of fights. I have a lot of fighters I like to watch. The game makes it impossible to see them fight each other. So enter the exhibition A, a guy making millions who would get wiped by a real boxer, but boxing created him or lack thereof. So we are here. Okay, I'm going now." So, basically in a roundabout way, I guess what he's saying is boxing has made it difficult for people to make the fights they want to see. So that's why the YouTubers exist. But he's also talking about Floyd, which is Floyd's about who could kiss my butt the best, and that's who gets the crumbs that fall off. And he said that's why he left, and he's surprised that Tank lasted that long with him. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, Dollar Bill. What's your reaction to that?
Floyd's a promoter. Floyd is not your friend. And that's when people get into this mistaken stuff. There's a difference between somebody being your employer and your friend. And I think that's where E.J. Smith went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because there was one time where I remember when he was doing nothing but praising Floyd for getting him that opportunity to win that belt that he won. You know? And it was like, nobody could do it but Floyd. Floyd was the man when he gave you that opportunity to win that belt. But of course, we know Floyd. We know Floyd. We talked about Floyd in previous before. This is just who he is. But to Floyd's thing, like, this is just his employee talking. This is a disgruntled employee. He's not with him no more. And we, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. And then Floyd, and Floyd, we know how Floyd is. This doesn't sound no different than what we know. But look, hey, it is what it is. It's always going to be somebody that don't like you and got something to say when they're not around no more. You know what I'm saying? But when you was around, Floyd was everything. I remember those interviews when you was hugging Floyd and thanking him for getting you that title shot. So I just think that, you know, that's what happens. Everybody, once they, you know, they're not with the team no more, whatever, they always got something to say. But I'm sure if Floyd called him in and had him do some work in to get a bag, it would be a totally different situation, you know? It'd be like, oh, you know, Floyd Champ got so much stuff got going on, you know what I'm saying? Got so much stuff going on. But, hey, that's just how I see it.
I dig it, Spirit G.
They love you when you're feeding them.
That's right.
They love you when you're feeding them.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
I'm a quote a wise man, and this quote is, "Can't get paid in the earth this big, you worthless kid. Blank don't deserve to live." And the reason why I say that, and this is from my man Killer Cam, you know what I'm saying? But the reason why I quote it is because I hate when grown men feel like they have to rely on another grown man just to make it in this world, right? Ishe Smith, you got two functioning arms and legs and a mind. If Floyd isn't putting you on, quote unquote, go do it yourself. Find something else. You know, like just being affiliated with Floyd, there's so many windows and doors that are opening up to you that you could just crawl through to make a bag. You know, like you don't just have to only stand there and be like, yo, Floyd, put me on the next card. Please put me on the next card. Put me on the next card. You know, and for one, am I missing? Is Ishe the one that Floyd convinced him not to commit suicide? I can't remember. Was that him?
I think that is him. Yeah,
that's
the one who used to be on Contender. The boy
on Contender.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Yo, so much of this, like, it's just bothering me. Like, he was your man's who held you down, who got you got your life back. But then out of nowhere, when Floyd's attention goes on to other fighters, now, oh, the love was fake, this and the third. I can have love for you, but again, if I'm your promoter, I'm your promoter. It's a business. It's mutual. It's like, I'm going to get you where I could get you, but you got to help me out. If you're losing your fights, if you're not taking training seriously, if you're not showing that you really want it, bro, we can have a friendship. But that's why friendship ends. It's just on some, yo, what's good, how's the family, how, you know what I mean? But you expecting me to get you marquee fights, it's not going to happen. You know, you don't deserve it. You didn't earn it, you know? And it's just like, I just can't stand when grown men do that. It's like, just because we're affiliated with one another doesn't mean I have to stop what I'm doing to just give you money. Like, because then it's kind of like, now you're my child. You know what I mean? You're not my child. You know, I work for you. We have a partnership. I'm going to try to help you as much as I can. But if it ends, it ends. Let's just leave it at that. When guys are confusing friendship with business and vice versa, I just have a problem. You're too grown to act like that. And then he said something along the lines in that tweet, like, you know, I've chosen not to speak about Floyd. But what do you think you're doing with this quote right here? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're talking about him right now. You know what I mean? So what it probably was is, I'm gonna bite my time and wait till another fighter has issues, so then I can co-sign what they're saying, so I can get some eyes on me. And to me, I have to be honest, that's a sucker move. You know, I think like real men provide for their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to, if you had like a legit business deal with Floyd, and Floyd did you dirty. But if you're a fighter and he's your promoter, and he's also happens to be your friend, and you just ain't holding up to your end of the bargain when it comes to fighting, you can't get mad because this dude had to keep it pushing, go on to other fighters, in the TNT camp that are hungry and that are who want to be superstars. It just is what it is.
All right, TBE.
I was gonna say a lot, but if this is a fighter who tried to commit suicide, Floyd saved him. I don't know, that relationship a little too personal, but it seems like you're a little salty after you just like Floyd's like I looked out for you, I can't look out no more. Now you're just out here on your last legs looking for some way. Like I wouldn't slander this man's image. I wouldn't come after his character, him personally. But I was gonna call you. I was like, you're not waiting for the crumbs. You are the crumb. But I'm not gonna disrespect somebody who put himself out there to make a living off of boxing. So I just think you just got some ducks you gotta get in a row. You got some things you gotta figure out. But Floyd is not the man to take care of you. You're not even fighting anymore. I don't even know why you're saying this. I feel like your checks aren't coming in. I wish I knew who you were, like as a fighter. I wish I followed your career, but your career is non-existent to me. And now I have to go and look it up. But I probably won't see much highlights of you winning, but a lot of highlights of you losing, because your resume from what I saw, your resume doesn't show that you were the best of the creme de la creme. So I'm not gonna knock you. I'm not gonna disrespect you or violate you on this show. I'm just gonna say, man, get it together, be better, brother, and don't knock people who gave you a hit and helped you up, and now because you're down, you're mad at them.
Yeah, like think about it. It's kind of like a lot of rappers go through this, right? When they get put on, then all they friends that they grew up with out of nowhere, everyone got their hand out, like, yo, let me hold some. And at first, rappers, they foolish, they giving out money, but then they start realizing, like, yo, if I keep doing this, man, my money gonna dry up. I can't keep this up. I gotta start cutting people off. And the moment you cut them off, yo, he fake, he ain't real, he ain't from the neighborhood, he ain't this, he ain't that. And I'm just like, God, man, yo, grown ass man with their hand out, yo, it's just crazy. So it's like, imagine that becomes a multi-millionaire, and out of nowhere, I'm like, yo, Ned, let me hold an M, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that go, yo, G, I love you, but nah, I ain't doing all of that, bro. And then I go, yo, you ain't real. Ned's a sucker. Blah, 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 blah. It makes me look like an idiot, a coward. It makes me look like, a side piece. You know what I'm saying? Like
no disrespect to there's some solid side pieces out there, G. Watch your mouth.
Oh, but
watch your mouth.
Yo, come on, man. Like, masculinity needs to stand for something. Like, come on.
I hear you, but don't disrespect the side piece while doing it.
All right, no disrespect to any of the side pieces, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all keep a lot of like men happy. So respect.
And women. Yeah, look, shout out to August. No disrespect.
Shout out to Jada. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm familiar with Ishe Smith's career, and he's had some inspirational moments from his stint on Contender and actually winning a world title after he was viewed as a journeyman for most of his career. And he thanked Floyd for it. And you pointed out, G, he was having issues with life and depression. And he gave Floyd credit for pulling him out of that. And now he says that he had to leave that environment because it's basically who can kiss Floyd's behind the best, and you compete for crumbs. I believe everything he said. But this is my point. That's what most people do in a career. If you go walk into Five Guys, Burger King, whatever restaurant, there are people who own, shares in that corporation. There are people at the top who are making the majority of the profits that they generate. And then there are people at the bottom who do the most work and they only make a wage. Right? Are they making them compete for the crumbs by telling them that? No, it's just known. But people are okay with it because what are your options? Either you do the job or you don't work. And people tend to work where they have their best options, right? I mean, obviously, if you're working somewhere and you didn't like it and you had other options, you'd go somewhere else. But if you need the money and you need to work, then you have to take this option, right? So I credit everything Ishai Smith says. I believe him. He had to compete for the crumbs. But you also said you left, which means you determined for yourself that wasn't a work environment you wanted to be in. That was no longer a situation you wanted to be in, and you sought employment elsewhere. Now, how did that go for you? I don't know. Did you ever reach the heights that you reached when you were getting the crumbs from Floyd? Then I ask you this. If the crumbs for Floyd got you to a higher point than, say, the caviar from your other job got you, was it really crumbs?
Yeah, exactly.
Or was it just crumbs because you kept comparing it to Floyd and everything you were seeing? You understand? Sometimes perception is everything. And perception isn't always reality. Because the reality is, once you left Mayweather Promotions, Ishai Smith, I didn't really hear from you a lot. You know, hold on, let me read this from VP because it seems like a good talking point. Disagree a bit. Lots of people working below their skills because looking for a job and making that transition sucks. Message is know your worth and be willing to move. Then what are you disagreeing with?
That's what I'm saying. Sound like you agree with us.
Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Hey, bro, I'm with you. My point is you have options. Yeah, he says side comment doesn't. Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree with everything you're saying. My point was that is with Ishai. Maybe that was your best option at the time. But once you decided that that's not what you want to do, then you move on. Once Ishai Smith left Mayweather Promotions, though, I didn't really see him do much after. I didn't really hear from him. But it doesn't matter that I didn't hear from him. What matters is how he felt about himself. You know what I mean? When he looked in the mirror, if he felt better about himself, like G said, I'm standing on my own too. I'm not taking no crumbs or what he considered to be crumbs, then kudos to him. But what I'm saying is that's the way of the world. You all know how it is. We all start at some level. I don't care if you're an attorney. If you're an attorney and you go to a firm, you start off as a junior attorney. And you work your way up to trying to be partner. That's just the way it is. And the people who are partner are not working as hard as you. They're not doing what you're doing. They're making more money than you. And that's the way it is in the world. Floyd Mayweather accomplished everything in his boxing career that he accomplished so he can be the boss. As James Brown would say, I pay the cost to be the boss. Floyd paid the cost to be the boss. Crumbs for a starving man is a feast. Respect what you have earned. Your own. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, like, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. So, for example, when I hear people say, oh, this person was forced to do that, you're not really forced to do anything. You have to weigh your options and decide is it in your best interest not to take that deal? And not to rehash an argument, but to make a point, because I feel like it falls perfectly within this topic. When Dillian White agreed to sign the contract to fight Tyson Fury, yes, he was given a deadline. His attorney reviewed it and said, sign it. Right? Now, if he felt like he was being wronged and he couldn't keep up his end of the deal for the terms and conditions that were in that contract, he should have never signed it and said no. But if he chose to sign it, then that means he thought it was his best option. Let's say the $7 million he's making is crumbs to him. It's only because he's looking at the pot that the $7 million is coming from and not comparing it to the salary he's made throughout his entire career. Because if he did, he would see it's the most money he's ever made. In addition to that, there's a $4 million incentive that would make it to $11 million, which I think would bring the split to about 80-20. Well, yeah, no, it would make it more than 80-20. It would make it more like 75-25. I'm not sure. I would have to run the math, but it brings it over 80-20 is the point. It makes it more, it brings it closer to what people are saying he should get anyway. So all I'm saying is sometimes it's the perception. But if Dillian White chose to sign that contract and people say, oh, he was coerced, he wasn't. It was his best option. It was sign this contract, make $7 million with a $4 million incentive and get your title shot, or not sign it, and then we're going to move on. And when you take us to court, we're going to say, we offered you to fight, we offered you this money, and then we're going to let the court decide whether or not your highest payday you ever got in your career was a robbery. But see, he signed it because it was his best option. And he's only calling it crumbs because he's comparing it to what everyone else around him is getting, not looking at what they've done to earn it. Fury's paid the cost to be the boss. He's the one who took the belt from Wilder. If Fury never took the belt from Wilder, Dillian would still be crying about getting a title shot, in my opinion. I know G thinks Wilder would have fought him, but I don't think so. I think Wilder would have got franchise tagged and then fought somebody else.
Nah, man. Wilder said he refused the offer for franchise. So, and I believe it.
Yeah, he said it back before he was going to have to. Either way, I'm not trying to. It goes against the point. The point is he's been trying to fight Deontay Wilder for years. The fight hasn't happened. I'm not here to argue why. Fury lifted the belt and Fury's giving him the title shot he's been wanting. They told him the terms. You could either take it or leave it. And he took it because he had no better option. That doesn't mean you're coerced into something. It doesn't. And this is what I'm getting at with Ishe Smith. And this is what I'm getting at with Gervonta Tank Davis. Y'all signed with Floyd because at the time, it was the best option for you. You had no better deal. Now you fulfill those terms and you see what's out there. That's only right. And if you think there's better, move on. But if you don't, then you stay. That's called business. But what's bad for business is burning the hand that feeds you ever. Listen, and I'm closing with this. I done had so many jobs in my career, you know, in my profession. Like where I started, where I feel like I was mistreated. I feel like I was overlooked. I feel like I didn't receive the proper credit for the work I did. But that step got me to the next step. And the step I was on, there was some issues with that job, but that got me to the next step. And by the time I got to where I wanted to be, I never trashed the steps that I was on. Because I never know how life's going to work. I never know when the people who were in them steps that took me are going to be somewhere else and vice versa. So I never trashed those steps because those steps were necessary to get me where I wanted to go. All Tank has to do is blow smoke up Floyd and say, oh, man, he took me to great heights. What he did with my career was great, but now I'm looking to move in a new direction. I'll always be grateful for what he did. He's a great promoter. I know he's going to do great things. Move on. Don't burn bridges. That's the worst thing you can do. And so that's where I'm going to leave it. If they feel this way about Floyd, I can respect it, and I find it credible. But at the end of the day, you can't knock a man who gave you opportunity that was your best option at the time. And I think Floyd did that. So therefore, I think it's wrong to trash him after. All right, we don't have Trill, so I'm going to take us out. Thank you for watching. We appreciate all you being here. That's my brother, Conspiracy G, a.k.a. Loose Lips G, the last few weeks.
G-Dimes.
Paul City for the last few weeks. And I'm Caden. And y'all can catch me in Dubai. So I'll see y'all later. It's the Boxing Bros.